Hello everyone, I'm BishiDove, and today we are playing some more Ace Attorney, Trials, and Tribulations. Welcome in everyone, welcome in PC Man who was first today, and is the epic bish of the day. Welcome in Wolf, and Ruuuvo, and Arkham, and Katesy. Thank you so much for resubscribing for 8 months. Thank you. I actually already made your star for you. Here you go! Just for you. Special made just for you. Let's put that in the jar. There you go. Another blue one. Yeah, thank you so much. You continue to have access to all of our sound effects and emotes and all of our sub-only stuff. Like that. You could do that sound effect. Once an hour. Only once. Hello, I have arrived, and allow me to open with, hey girl, are you a worm? Because, wait, I said it too early. Hey girl, are you a worm? Because I'm hooked on you. Ah. That just reminds me of the meme of like, would you still love me if I was a worm? Just so funny. It's so funny seeing all the different responses like, what? No? But also, yes, I would put you on a little pillow at night and have you sleep next to me. All the differences, you know. Actually, wouldn't that make you the worm? Well. Thanks, Flame. Thank you. Hey girl, are you a hook? Cause I'm a worm. That would work right away. That immediately they would ask for your number. Yeah, that'd be great. Love your t-shirt. Yes, thank you. I'm always worried that people will just see that and they'll be like, what does your shirt say? But it just give me some space. Stay away from me. Stay away. I don't want 6 feet, I want 12 feet. Stay away. Hey girl. Fish. Girl, hook, fish, car, hand door. Yes. Hey girl, are you a worm? Cause I want to put you on in my compost bucket. How'd I do? I want to call the police. That's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling I need to call the police. If someone came up to me and said, hey, you would look nice in my compost bucket, I'd be like, hello, officer. I need help. I am in danger. I immediately thought of you. Oh, the plushie. I know you have a lot. I wasn't sure if you have. Oh, no, yeah. I don't have that one specifically yet. But I'm interested. I'm interested in them. Hey girl, are you a worm? Do you want to see my compost bucket? Any better? I would still feel unsafe. I would still feel unsafe. And I would get like the vibes of like, hey, do you want to come back to my place, person I've never met before? Or, you know, something like that. Like, no, I don't need to see your compost bucket. Do you have a picture on your phone? You could show me that. You could show me your garden or something. I'll show you my garden if you show me yours. Hey girl, you a worm. Kitty will eat you. Now you're speaking my language now. Hey girl, you a worm? Because if I eat you, you'll take away 3/4 of my health. Hey girl, worm. That one would work on me. Just be like, hey. Worm. Hey girl, you a worm? I didn't think this through far enough. Hey girl, you a worm? I gotta go. I messed it up. I messed up so bad. Hey worm. Girl. Girl? Worm. Hey girl, are you a worm? Cause you're magic. I somehow pulled out the pink worm too. I never pull out the pink worms. I pulled out the pink one though. There you go. Perfect. Hey worm, are you girl? Worm said no. Worm is breaking down the gender binary by being pink but not girl. Hey girl, are you a worm? Ew! Ew! Worm? Hey girl! Hey girlies, worm. Hey girl, are you- Ugh. I'm just so nervous. You just make a mess. Oh no. Oh. Hey Worm, are you non-binary? If so, what are your pronouns? Hey Worm, what are your pronouns? I feel like braiding these, even though I'm not good at braiding. Hey, are you a girl? I'm scared. Oh my god, I braided the worms. I actually successfully braided the worms. I didn't think I could do it. I did just now realize what this probably looks like though. Considering that snakes also technically do this. When a magic worm and a magic worm love each other very much, they turn into a braid. But you know what? I'm sorry. I immediately thought of that. I wasn't gonna say anything about those words. They're just, they love each other so much, they just want to hug all the time. That's all. You said it, not us. Yeah, but I just said what everyone was thinking. Oh, hug. Yeah, it's just a hug. Hey girl, are you an Alaskan bullworm? Because I can't handle you. I guess we could go ahead and switch over. We have plenty to do today. So last time we left off on, I am in the, I think it's the second day of investigation. I am right now talking to Miss Robot Lady. And this is where the victim was working. And I need to go to Tenderlender, past the Vitamin Park, to meet with Tigre, I believe, who is Phoenix's impostor among us. So we're gonna go do that. Wasn't last week also Godot kink shaming? Yeah, I think so. I think Godot is kink shaming. I feel like he's done that more than once though. Technically. We roasted the hell out of that old man. I remember that, yes. That too. But yeah, I guess let's go ahead and switch over and we'll just kind of jump in and I'll remember everything once we do that. So let's go. Let's do it. All right, here we are. Good old whatever this is, because I don't remember. It's like a computer company. It's like Blue Sky Inc. or something like that. But yeah, anyway, this is, Robo Lady. Does she have a thing yet? Yeah, she does. Her name is Lisa Basil. The CEO, oh, Blue Screens, not Blue Sky. Blue Screens Inc. And Glenn Elg's boss, which is the victim. Absolutely not a robot, but I sure voice her like one. Alright. So, I think I did everything here. Yeah, I talked to her. I think I'm done here. I just left off here. Everything should have been examined already. Let me go over some of the last notes I have. Yeah, so the last thing we discovered is that Glenn had a calendar on his desk that marked the day of his murder, December 3rd, and it said to meet with Tigre, who is the impostor of Phoenix, and we believe the real murderer. And I also need to go to Tenderlender past Vitamin Park to go to where Tigre works, Tenderlender, and maybe we'll see him there. We also saw the creepy girl who loves fire and threatened Armstrong with stabbing him and works probably with Tenderlender. I think that's what he said. Also, Gumshoe has a psych lock that I need to work out. So we'll probably do that after we go to Tenderlender because maybe we need more evidence for it. But anyway, that's everything. Just imagine I said worm on the street. Yeah, let's go with that. One hell of a cosplay suit. Yeah, I wonder if people have cosplayed this character. I don't want to look up anything because I don't want to get spoilered if anything happens to this character or anything like that, so I'm gonna avoid that, but I wonder if anyone has cosplayed her and like put LEDs on their suit or something like that. That'd be really cool. I forgot I missed the last Ace Attorney stream and I was like, how did we get here? Yeah, a lot can happen in an Ace Attorney stream, but that's okay. We teleported to the future, yeah, with the help of this robot lady. Alright, so let's move. Yeah, there's Gumshoe, and he has the Cyclock on the radio. What was that about? I think if I talk to him, he'll tell me. Come on, Detective Gumshoe. You can tell us what you were listening to on the radio. Oh, so he was just listening to something when we walked in, and I think that he was listening to the lottery because he doesn't have a lot of money, so he's probably trying to make some money, and he doesn't want to tell us. But I already told you. It was, the weather forecast, pal. Didn't you say it was an exercise program earlier? Yeah, so he has a psych lock for what he was doing. I imagine, I mean, it's only one psych lock. I could probably just do it now, but maybe I'll just try it. Even if it's nothing, the fact that he's hiding it makes me really want to know. Yeah, let me just save again, and then I think I'll just try it now. I don't know why I didn't last time. I think because we were running out of time, but... Okay, let's save. Is this still the case of the impersonator? Yes. Phoenix has been impersonated, and, let's see, the bird girl, Maggie, was found guilty of murder thanks to the phony Phoenix, and now we are trying to prove her innocence. So yes, we are still in that case, which is, case 3 in this game. Let's present the Magatama. Let's see if I can do this right now or not. From blue cyborg ladies to extremely buff and extremely pink chefs. Very pink, very buff. Alright, Detective Gumshoe, tell me the truth. What were you listening to? No way, pal. Now that you've made a big thing out of it, I'm not gonna tell you. We'll see about that, pal. Considering all the noise you were making while you were listening, it's pretty clear what kind of radio program it was. I would say it was related to... how would I convey this? The horse racing? Lottery? I'm right, aren't I? You were listening to the lottery results, weren't you? You thought you would try to win big, just like Glenn Elg did. It's like you can see right through me! Yeah. Huh? I've cracked him already? See, pal? That's why I said it was nothing. Then why'd you psych lock it? Unlock successful. Wow, I'm so good at this game. I'm usually pretty lucky, so I figured I'd give it a try. Are you? Are you usually lucky? I don't recall that. I don't remember that being a thing in this game series. Poor guy. Maggie gotta stop getting arrested. Gotta stop committing crimes. She doesn't do anything. She's innocent. You could say that Nick's phony is a bit of a phone. Nick, I won't even finish that one. It's okay. Gumshoe just wanted to win that Mega Millions jackpot. Yeah, poor Gumshoe. Imagine what he could do with all that money. So many ramen cups. What's with everyone in the lottery? So, how did it go? I won 50 cents. It would be better to win nothing at all than half a lousy buck. I was so mad. Yeah, I know the feeling. I bought the same kind of ticket as Mr. Elg, see? And they've got this special radio show where they announce the winning numbers. They even do the drawings live on the air. It's intense, pal. I bet that's what Mr. Elg was listening to on the day he was killed. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. What time is it now? It's just after 1:30. And are the lottery results always broadcast at the same time? Oh, okay, so that's why this is useful. Alright, gotta start a new page. So, lottery results announced around 1:30. And then the time of death, that's gonna be in here, was between 1:30 and 2:30. We have a whole hour. Okay, I just realized that we have a whole hour instead of just like a few minutes or something. I want to know how full that notebook is. Oh, it's not too terribly bad yet. I mean, we're not even halfway through the notebook. We've still got this much left. And for this case, I've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages, like fronts and backs. I say pages, I mean like one page, and then the back is another page, so 5 pages. And then we're on the 6th one now. So yeah. I used up like maybe 30 pages total, something like that. I'm not keeping track. But yeah, we're definitely gonna use up this notebook pretty well. And then after I'm done with Ace Attorney stuff, I could always use it for other games, other puzzle games. I don't blame him. You know how many ramen cups he could buy? Might even buy 2. He could afford at least 3. Okay, all right. And are the lottery results always broadcast at the same time? Yeah, look, I got this flyer when I bought the ticket. Millionaire Radio. Millionaire Radio flyer added to the court record. Experience the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life every Monday at 1:30 p.m. Okay, so yeah, it's all every day at 1:30. Every Monday at 1:30. Jesus Christ. I kept meaning to say always at 1:30. Millionaire Radio? That sounds cool. I want to try it, Nick. Then buy a ticket, Maya, with your own money. Well, I'm gonna head back to the precinct now. We've got a big meeting starting in a bit. About Maggie's case, you mean? No, that's pretty much wrapped up now. There's another big case going down at the moment, so she's been pushed aside. Okay, well, see you later then. Bye. Bye! Okay. Oh, hello? What are you laughing at, Gumshoe? You better get going, detective, or you'll be late. Actually, I've kind of got a favor to ask. It's a big one. A favor? Yeah, it's for, Maggie, actually. Of course it is. I was kind of hoping you would give this to her for me. Aww, a little bento. What is it? It's a lunchbox. I got up early so I could make it. Oh, I've been real worried about her. She looked like she'd lost a lot of weight. Detective Gumshoe? How many weenies are in here? There's not a person on Earth who could down this much meat. So many weenies! You think? I love weenies. I can't... I love weenies. I can't get enough of their tender juiciness.
Max Wiener.
Tender juiciness. Oh. Bishy, we're adults. Exactly. The worm talk has gotten weird. Are those little sausages? He shouldn't have. I mean, this actually looks really good. It looks tasty. Gumshoe can have his heart broken as a treat. Please, no. Yeah, can we quote this, please? I love weenies. I can't get enough of their tender juiciness. Pretty please? I'd appreciate it. I'll just sit here in silence and wait. Hey friend, welcome. You came in at a wonderful time. What's going on here? Oh my. Oh my. That's a lot of weenies. You could almost say too many weenies. I found myself saying IRL, blank can have a little blank as a treat, thanks to Bishy. You're welcome. Max Wiener is going on. Is anybody adding this as a quote? Do I have to do it? I don't mind, I just want to know. Alright, I'm typing. Oh no, Ruuvo's got it, thank you. I thought you would probably get it. Thank you, Ruuvo. Thank you, my dear. Your reward will be a similar bento. Full of weenies. Damn, I was typing as fast as I could. It's okay, it's okay. They're small weenies. But together they make one big weenie. I think we should move on. So will you give it to her? It took me ages to make, so please say you will, pal. Oh, we'll definitely give her some weenies. I will definitely give her some weenies. Max weenies. I can't exactly say no, can I? What? What'd I say? Bishy, are you talking about some kind of weenie Voltron? Yes. Together, our weenies combine into Max Wiener. A tenderly handmade lunchbox full of weenies fills the stomach with love and plenty of weenies.
Maybe I'll eat it myself if I get hungry.
Don't forget, okay? I'm counting on you to give that to Maggie.
I'll do it. He's finally gone. Thank goodness. Why are you so mean, Phoenix? You don't want to see your favorite pal, Gumshoe? Alright, now it's time for fear. There we go, everyone. Next game of the year will contain an entire bento full of small weenies. Majima brain rot. I have yet to find a cure. There's no cure for that. If it was a bento full of the octopus weenies, I would eat it, to be honest. That's probably what they were. They just weren't cut into like the little octopus shapes. I think that would have been even cuter. He should have done that. I just love that it's just rice and weenies. A fitting meal for Gumby. Yeah, that's probably what he eats every day, except for the ramen cups. But it's cute! I would be honored to receive a bento like that. Okay, Vitamin Square. Now we can go to Tender Lender. Oh my god! They have the, oh, I don't remember the name. It's that little statue in Yakuza. You can, like, put it on someone's head and spin it to, like, attack them. They've also got a stereo. And some interesting jackets, and a punching bag. January 7, Tender Lender. A Daruma, thank you, Daruma.
This place gives off a really strange vibe, doesn't it?
Looks like the Tigre isn't in his lair. And that is, as they say, a very good thing. Welcome. Gulp. Talk about a creepy voice. It makes your soul want to shrivel up and die. Is it the girl? Yeah, it's the creepy girl. What voice did I give her? Just something.
You're here to discuss alone?
No, not exactly.
The manager is away at the moment. Wait quietly, please. She's gone. Just like that.
I guess we'll just have to come back another time.
But this is the perfect opportunity, Nick. This place reeks of suspicion. Come on, Nick. Let's take a look around, okay?
Do you think it would be okay?
Of course. No one will ever know. Coffee? Ah! I'll leave it here for you to enjoy. Quietly.
Yes, thank you.
Do not touch the desk, please. Nick, let's get out of here.
Now she wants to get out of here? Well, we're not leaving yet! What's that on the ground? Oh, it's an ashtray. I was like, what's that white powder on the ground? It's just ash. Is that a solid gold desk? I just noticed all the sparklies around it. I think it's solid gold. All right, let's have a look-see. Let's look around. Ah yes, Goth GF. She is here. I was wondering when Ace Attorney would give us a Goth GF. I don't think we've had one before. We've had a Valley Girl GF, for sure. We've had a few of those, actually. We've had Southern Belle. We've had Valley Girl. Barbie. Now we have Goth GF. Let's see. I misread the sign as win through compost. Still got worms on the brain. Is she dying? Or already dead? We'll have to find out. Did she literally fade out of existence like the meme? Yes. That's canon. Everything you read is now about compost. Turns out she's actually a zombie under the bandages. Win through compost. There we go. Beautiful. I don't think she's goth. I think she's just dying. Oh god. She's also very menacing. She threatens people. So I don't know what's up with her. Made of the same material as Red White's desk. Yeah, probably. Except no yams. Yeah, it's very yamless. A little sad. Okay, let's look.
What's this?
It's a punching bag.
What? No way! You wouldn't catch me walking around with a bag like that.
What do you mean, walking around?
The design's gross to start with, and it's way too heavy to be practical. And why is it called a punching bag? Don't people know messenger bags are in? I knew it. I was right before, back at Thespian. Paris fashion is way more my thing.
I really, really hope she's pulling my chain on this one. Okay. Let's look at the gold desk. Desk yamless. Unacceptable. That's one impressive desk on one impressive rug.
It's solid gold, Nick. Gold! Just look at that shine. Only real gold shines like that.
Would you really want such a shiny desk, though?
I don't know, but let's see what it's like to sit at a solid gold desk. Wow, I'm completely dazzled.
That's because it's completely dazzling.
I can see up my nose in the reflection. That's gotta be really distracting.
So the desk isn't practical. No surprise there. But they probably don't really use the desk. Let's see, we got a stereo. There's a CD player on the desk, but the desk is so loud, it's a wonder you can hear it.
The lid's open. I wonder what kind of music the Tigre's into.
Oh, I bet it has to do with the CD that was at the table at the time of the murder.
Have you finished the coffee? Ah!
Yes, thanks. It was lovely.
So, you drank it all? Hee hee hee.
Uh-oh.
Oop. If you touch anything else that doesn't belong to you, there's always another cup.
Great. That coffee, it was laced with something. I'm almost sure of it.
Nick, my stomach, it's killing me. Oh, wait. Maybe it was just the burger I ate for breakfast.
I sure hope so. We better take a look at that CD while we're still alive and have the chance. What the?
What? It's not the Rocco soundtrack, is it? Claw of the Tiger?
Rocco? Claw of the Tiger? It's the Claw of the Tiger! It's the fun of the fight! It's a demo CD. The artist's name has been handwritten on the disc in pen. MC Bomber.
What?
This must be the CD Maggie told us about.
Let's listen to it. I bet it's heavy metal.
No way. That woman will make us drink more coffee if we do. MC Bomber added to the chord record. Found at Tender Lender, a sample disc with the name written in marker. Okay, so I'm gonna note that we found the sample CD from MC Bomber at Tender Lender. All right. Did I read the description? I don't know if I did. Found at Tender Lender. Oh yeah, I did. Okay. Anyway, we look at the Dharma.
Let's see. This round doll thing is called a Dharma, I think. I figured I would read a book or two and be more cultured, in case you're wondering.
You mean you aren't making stuff up for a change?
Yeah, I bet you also didn't know that no matter what, he'll always right himself. Go on, Nick. Give him a good shove.
Only if I feel like dying.
Now, this yellow thing, this is a Japanese chess piece. I think it's a king? Not that I'm an expert or anything. I'm more of a reversey person, you know.
Assuming she knows what she's talking about, these aren't exactly your typical mobster wannabe items. They're not trophies, are they? Oh.
Hey, there's a piece of paper sticking out from under here.
What is it? A repair bill? Looks like he did some repair work on his car. Does he even have one? $15,000 to replace a bumper and a light? That's insane. 15,000. Okay. Found a car repair bill for 15,000. Or cadavereenies?
The car's registered to the cadavereenies?
Why does it say cadaver? Cadavereenies? Oh god. Huh? So it's not even the Tigre's car? Why would someone else's repair bill be in the Tigre's office? Repair bill added to the court record. A car repair bill for $15,000 paid by, Tigre? Wait, has it been spelled Tigre this whole time and I was saying Tiger? Paid by Tigre to the Cadaverini family. Cadaverini! You gotta give it like an Italian accent. Okay. Interesting. Is that a solid gold CD? No, but this is a solid gold desk. Let me catch up with you. What number was the quote about the hook and the worm? I do not recall. But if one sits on the desk, it wouldn't be yamless anymore. That's true. Pretty sure it would feel about the same as sitting at any other desk because it's a desk, except it is blindingly bright. Breakfast burger. What if she took off the bandage and a bunch of worms start pouring out? Why would you give me that visual? Why?
Culture.
All with the claws of the tiger. You gotta do the hand motion. I'm sorry. The cadavereenies. There you go. They're gonna make you an offer you can't refuse, capiche? Okay. I see a Yakuza pin. Uh-oh.
Hey, look at this Parisian style coat. It's so chic.
Looks more like a pimp coat to me. Okay. Guess I haven't got an eye for fashion.
Hey, look at this. This suit is the same color as the one you wear, Nick.
The same color as my suit? Oh, maybe it's not a Yakuza pin, it's like a fake lawyer pin.
Ah!
Keep your voice down, Maya.
Nick, you've got to take a look at this.
Some cake.
Ah!
I'll just leave it here for you.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Just wait here quietly. Otherwise...
Sure. Did you hear that, Nick? Wait quietly, she said.
Yeah, sure. I have my eye on you. Only so I can take care of you. Understand?
Ah, I'm scared, Nick.
So? What were you getting so excited about before?
Look, on the lapel of this suit.
It's made of cardboard! He showed up to court and in a suit and a cardboard pin, and they were like, yep, looks good to me. Looks good to me. Oh my god. He didn't even try. That's an attorney's badge.
Is the tiger a lawyer?
Oh no, so it does say tiger, but it said Tigre on the bill, huh? No way, look at this thing. It's made of paper. Paper badge added to the court record. Found at tender lender, made of cardboard and painted to look authentic.
For some reason, your badge suddenly looks really cheap to me, Nick.
Why doesn't anyone recognize an obviously fake badge when they see one? Oh my god. Win through compromise.
I wonder what that's supposed to mean.
It must mean something if they took the trouble to frame it like that.
Yeah, well, it still doesn't make any sense to me.
That...
Ah!
That's tender lender's guiding principle.
Oh?
Compromise the customer to win.
Oh, I see. How about you, Nick?
Yeah, well, as long as we don't have to compromise my hair, I'd say we're okay. That's one slogan no business owner should ever explain to their customers. Shudder. And then we got this.
Oh no! Someone's dropped the ashtray on the floor. That's gonna be a nightmare to clean up.
Yeah, it's all over the rug and everything.
I accidentally knocked over a really big space heater once. Cleaning up was such a pain. It was one of those super antiques where you have to burn a ton of charcoal.
How did she manage to knock one of those over? Aren't they supposed to be super heavy?
Oh hey! There's a book of matches here too.
Oh, from Tribulations. Oh, matches, huh? Places don't give those out much nowadays. Hey, wait a second.
What is it?
Look what's printed on its cover. It says Tribulations. Tribulations matches added to the court record. Matches used for advertising, found lying in tender lender. These matches could come in handy. We might be able to use them.
Yeah, the pilot light for the office boiler keeps going out.
Swing and a miss, Maya. Swing and a miss. Did she run away? Maya? Come out from under the desk, Maya. Oh, she hid under the desk.
What are you two snooping around in my office for?
Nothing. We were just... My precious carpet! You's got ash on my rug!
You gonna wish your ugly feet never came through my door.
It wasn't us. It was already like...
Yous wanna argue with me? Is that what you doing? You think yous can take me on? I'm gonna flatten yous two into pancakes and turn yous into my new rugs!
Oh. Oh, his name is Don Tigre, and his title is the Tiger. Okay. Don Tigre, you're back. Oh, and then his shirt has a tiger, like, killing a dragon, too. Oh my god. Back. That voice. It's like evil seeping into your head through your ears. I'm sorry, Don Tigre. I knocked over that ashtray earlier and...
Me?
Oh my god. Eek! Has she got a death wish or what? Oh! Right! Huh? Forget about it, Violetta. It's nothing. Nothing. Nothing? What? I ain't gonna get mad at you. You too cute, you hear? That's so unfair.
Here, have some cookies. I just baked them. And you'll need some strong espresso while you're discussing your loan.
Phoenix right!
Yes?
You's either crazy or just plain stupid to chase after me. I worked so hard, but now you's gotta come and mess up my plan.
So it was him. He's my phony.
You're my fake!
Oh.
But I don't care. No one gets in my way.
What? I mean, excuse me?
You'sa shoulda left the little girl at home, right?
I have a few things.
Ah! No questions. This is the last time we meet.
Did he leave?
Back! Wait! Please!
That was pretty weak, Nick. You waited until he was out of earshot before you shouted after him.
Like you're one to talk. I didn't hear you scream hold it either.
The espresso. And cookies.
This woman is definitely not good for my heart. Now, what was it the tiger called her? Violetta? Okay, so we can talk to her. Alright. Oh my gosh. Let me catch up with chat. I'd say Eye of the Tiger, but song doesn't exist in this setting. Yeah, it's the claw of the tiger. Cardboard. How did he fool a whole court with cardboard? Sad. The court is just that bad. Some cake, huh? Yes. Some cake. Maybe that's where the yams will come in. A cardboard pin. The cosplayer in you is livid. Cardboard! This courtroom might be the worst. Yeah, maybe. I bet your Phoenix cosplay is more convincing than his. I mean... Compost the customer to win. I mean, if they are criminals, they might be composting some of their customers. Yes. Okay, he is for sure a Yakuza. Yeah, yeah. Hey, I'm walking here! Did no one notice the scar? Yeah. Phoenix's name in Japanese is Ryuichi Ryu, like dragon, so his shirt is fitting. Yeah, yeah. I remember we talked about that. I don't remember if it was last week. It might have been last week. And I just realized today that his shirt is a tiger eating a dragon. I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. I want to fight this guy as a boss in Yakuza. Yes. Yes. Okay, Tender Lender. So, I'm kind of curious about your company, Tender Lender. Okay, so her name is Viola. With the warm and friendly atmosphere you would expect from a family-sized business. A conscientious rate of interest. And an attractive repayment policy. Why do I get the feeling the sentence is not going to end well? We will tenderly lend you that little bit of extra here at Tender Lender.
Hey, Nick. Things are a bit tight for Right & Co. at the moment, aren't they? I mean, there's that $500 you owe me from our card game for starters. Why don't you take out a loan?
Would I like to take out a loan from a place like this? Not so much.
Tender Lender is on your side.
So, let's say I'm late with my repayment. What happens then?
We would give you more coffee. Strong coffee.
Right. I think I'd rather skip town.
Hey, just remember I can make strong coffee too, Nick. Strong tea as well.
Okay. Weenie Hut Lender. Tender Weenie Lender. I wonder what his Itazubi looks like. Oh yeah, I wonder if he has a tattoo. His full name is Ryuichi Narufudo. Yeah. So he's a loan shark. Yes, yes. This is a loan agency, so he's a loan shark. And I guess she is too. So, do you know about the incident we're investigating?
What incident? Well, a man was poisoned in a restaurant just near here. That incident.
Let me see. I was here that day with the manager. The manager being the tiger? Furio Tigre.
Furio?
Tigre? So that's where the tiger thing comes from.
Shinny-Op's got a real name, Nick. Hurry up and find out more about him.
Okay, so I think I'd probably present, oh yeah, I'd probably present him. The head of the Tender Lender Loan Company, also known as the Tiger. He is 42. We don't know how old Violetta is yet. Or Lisa Basil. Okay. Can I ask you about the tiger? I mean, Mr. Tigre?
Cookie? Sure?
How do you like my cookies? I bake them myself.
Go ahead, Nick. The honor is all yours.
No. Ladies first, Maya. No matter how I look at this, I just don't get it. What are the tiger and this scary girl doing working together?
We are lovers.
That's not exactly coming across in your tone of voice.
And I owe Don Tigre my life. He's the one who saved me.
The tiger saved you?
Please, address him properly as Don Tigre. Otherwise, I'll have to...
Okay, Don Tigre, of course. I'm sorry. He saved her life? I'd sure like to know how that happened. Okay.
I'm very frail, you see. Just recently, I died. Once. You died? About 4 months ago. Hold on, I have to write some of these things down.
Okay, so... Don Tigre saved Viola 4 months ago. Okay. got it. Who's going to tell me Bishi was the voice actor for Raven in Teen Titans? Oh, I think it sounds a little bit like that. Yeah, I didn't think about that. She's a ghost!
About 4 months ago, the doctors said to abandon all hope.
I guess they were expecting her to take a boat ride across the river Styx.
But Don Tigre, he saved me. He gave up everything.
Everything?
When I found out what he had done for me, I was happy.
No offense, but I'm finding that a little hard to believe.
I decided I'd pay him back with my life by serving him coffee and espresso.
I still wonder about what's in her coffee. So, is that why you've got that bandage around your head?
This?
So what's the story with the bandage?
They put it on after the operation.
Operation?
It's just a little injury. A little fatal injury.
A fatal injury? Maya just suffered one herself by the sound of it. So that's the injury you were talking about before when you said you had died once? Oh. How many? 3? 4? Oh my god! Ugh, she really creeps me out, Nick. Same here, but we've got to find out the truth. I wonder if I have enough. Let me save and try it. We shall see. And Magatama. Okay. She's his Hana, presumably. Yeah, I guess so. Let's see. A couple goals, I guess. Oh, please say that in your Viola voice. Oh, yeah. I just realized what you were typing.
Azarath, Metreon, Zinthos.
That name just reminds me of the Nick show, El Tigre. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Alright, I got a Raven voice now, I guess. The head bandage. You said that bandage around your head was from an operation? You also said you suffered a fatal injury to the head, correct?
Yes, the operation was very difficult, apparently.
Now, by fatal injury, you mean you were hurt very badly somehow, right? Did the injury in question have something to do with this? I don't think I know enough yet, really. Oh, maybe it was the car. Maybe there was a car accident. I have here a car repair bill. From this, it seems pretty obvious that this car was involved in an accident.
Let me see that. This bill is made out to the Cadaverinis?
Yes, it is.
I don't think I ever introduced myself. Tell me, what do the Cadaverinis have to do with me?
Something tells me she's not about to say hi and introduce herself. Alright then. Your relationship with the Cadaverinis is very strong, and this is why. I don't think I know yet. I had the first piece of the puzzle, but I don't think I have the rest. It's the CD! I don't know anything else about the Cadaverinis. I've not heard the name before. It's in none of the other evidence. This is the only thing I have that has to do with them. So I think I'm missing some stuff. I think we'd better go. I don't think I have enough evidence. Yeah. Let's leave. But I know the first thing. Show her your cardboard. Yeah, maybe that would have worked. Oh, I can actually show her now. About this.
More coffee? You must have more.
No, thanks. I've had enough, really. I'm so thirsty.
I don't leave the office. I can't tell you about anything except Don Tigre.
You don't leave the office? We just saw you in the restaurant the other day. Okay. I can't tell her. I don't think I can ask her about anything, really. Okay, so I think we're technically done here, but I'll have to come back. Oh, there's something over here. So let me cross off that I did the Cyclock with Gumshoe. I've been to Tender Lender. Now, we have a Cyclock with Viola that I have to do later. All right. Thank you for making my day anytime. She's about to put Tara Strong out of a job. Oh my gosh. No. Tara Strong is amazing. Incidentally, you now also have a Mandy voice from Billy and Mandy. Oh yeah! It kind of sounds like her too. Never realized how many voices Tara Strong... Oh yeah, she was like all of our childhoods, basically. They're pretty much the same character. Yeah, one has magic powers and one sometimes has magic powers. Except Mandy has probably killed somebody. Oh. Alright, January 7, Vitamin Square.
There he is. Old Seedy's back feeding the pigeons again.
There! Take this! And this! And get out of my park!
Like I thought.
Oh, sorry. Like I thought, he's really mad. Come on, Maya. Just keep your head down and let's sneak away while we still can.
What? Why? Hello, old man.
What are you doing, Maya?
Huh?
Hey, he just turned his back on us.
I'm not surprised. I bet I really hurt his pride in court this morning.
Hey, Mr. Kudo.
Pigeon. Ka.
Look, we really need to talk to you, all right?
Out with the demons! In with the good fortune!
Ow, ow, ow! Seeds, shell splinters, painful.
I always knew you were a demon, Maya. Okay. So technically we can talk to him. All right. Today's trial.
Pigeons!
I'm sorry about what happened in court earlier today.
Ha! Everyone will be talking about me behind my back now! A dirty old man who was so busy looking at the serving girl's backside that he can't remember her face! A filthy, depraved animal!
Not at all!
Are you listening to me, boy? I don't care what you say. I saw that waitress put it in. She put some white powder into the young lad's Javachino.
The hair looks like, Viola. So she probably was the one that did that.
We hear you.
And another thing, the young layabout was wearing an earpiece on the same side as the lens of his broken spectacles.
We're really sorry.
So I made a little mistake about the vase. So what? I know what I saw. I tell you, I tell you, I tell you.
Okay. Take it easy, please, Mr. Kudo.
Don't tell me to take it easy, you spiky-head brat. Take this.
You said you were a craftsman, right?
Ha! The modern world casts honest craftsmen like me aside in droves.
Surely it's not that.
I come from a long line of craftsmen, right back to the time of the shoguns. Do you hear me? I didn't become an embroiderer. I was born one.
Actually, I'm kind of in the same situation myself.
I wanted to stick my fingers up that dribbling old judge's nose and scream right down his ear hole. Objection!
Oh, so did you want to become a lawyer when you were young?
I don't think that's quite it, Maya. I think he's just in a bad mood, that's all.
I've got a tsunami of frustration inside and it's ready to burst out!
If we let him start rambling now, we might never shut him up. What should I do? Suck it up or cut in? Probably let him say everything, right? We want to hear him talk. Guess I better let him talk. So, there's not much call for craftsmen these days, then?
Of course not, you idiot! All I'm good for nowadays is running errands.
Errands?
Everyone takes advantage of the elderly. Buy some bread, Gramps. Take the dog for a walk, Granddad. Feed the pigeons, old man. What am I, some sort of 2-bit community handyman?
Well...
Buy some bread. Now that I can understand. But what's the point of feeding some seedy pigeons? Why don't people say what they mean? Get lost! That's what they're trying to say. Oh yes, I'm just an inconvenience, you see. At home, at the restaurant, I just get in the way, don't I?
I'm sure you don't. Wait a minute. What did he just say? At home and at that restaurant? Hold up. By restaurant, are you talking about Tres Bien? Did you get asked to run an errand there too?
Yes, I did. The very day that young brat was poisoned.
What? So, on the day of the incident, what were you asked to do? That. Oh, Ruuuvo was about to do it too. There you go. There you go, Flame. On the day of the incident, what were you asked to do?
Glad you asked, boy, because I'll tell you what I was asked to do. All of a sudden, that young lad slumped over the table. The serving girl collapsed. And I broke that vase. It all happened so fast, I was in a bit of a daze, you see. Then the owner shouted over to me.
He honked.
Excusez-moi, you call la police.
Call them yourself, I should have said back, but I didn't think of it at the time.
So, did you end up calling the police?
Like I said, I was in a bit of a daze.
Did you call them on your cell phone?
Ha! Do I look like I'd have one of those newfangled thingamajigs?
Yeah, I think we learned earlier that it took a while for him to call because he was trying to use a payphone. Okay, so... Oh, sorry. Armstrong asked Kudo to call police. So while he was gone, Armstrong could have set up the scene. He could have changed something about the restaurant murder scene. Could have taken away evidence. Okay. Oh, gonna go see a comedy show. Oh, nice. Have a great night, Panda. And thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time. Have a good one. One of those newfangled thingamajigs.
I went out looking for a payphone, of course.
You went looking for one?
I couldn't find one right away, you know. Wandered around for 5 minutes or so.
Okay. Took Kudo 5 minutes to find payphone. So 5 minutes went by when the only people in the restaurant, presumably, was Armstrong. Okay, 5 minutes. Got it.
5 minutes?
So for 5 minutes after the incident happened...
Yes, sirree, the owner was at Tres Bien on his own.
Why didn't you mention this in court this morning?
Well, I would have if you'd given me the chance, but you all bullied me out of the courtroom.
Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today.
Wait a minute! If that's the case, there's more! I've got more to say! Oh yes, I remember something else!
Bailiff, escort the witness out of the courtroom.
It's not my fault. You're the ones to blame.
You could have at least told us before we got to court.
Is it really that important that Mr. Kudo was the one who called the police?
Yeah. What's important is the unaccounted time before the police arrived. The victim was dead, and Maggie was unconscious, which leaves that man alone in the restaurant. Yeah, I don't like that they keep making jokes like that. Mr. Kudo might have been chased out of the place on purpose.
What do you mean?
Maybe a certain someone didn't want him in the restaurant.
Ah.
Oh, sure. You go ahead and say I was in the way as usual. I suppose I should have been getting myself covered in pigeon poop instead,
We need to get more details about what exactly happened. From Maggie, and from Mr. Armstrong. Maggie and Armstrong, okay. Well, let's go see Maggie, because we gotta give her the weenie bento. January 7, Detention Center Visitor's Room. So, I wonder how this is gonna fit in with the discrepancies that the old man has told us, because he says that the vase was broken, And then in the photo, it wasn't broken. So I think that would prove that there was some tampering done. So I'll say maybe Armstrong tampered or took away evidence. Fixed the vase, like he put a new vase out. Maybe he's like so vain about his restaurant that he didn't want to leave the vase broken, even though it was part of like the crime scene, and then also probably was fixing evidence so that Maggie would be found guilty. Something like that. January 7, Detention Center Visitors Room.
Oh, Mr. Wright!
Hello, Maggie. So they finished questioning you?
Wasn't it just unbelievable in court today, sir? I'm going to stay up all night and blog about everything that happened. Weren't you scared? It was pretty touch and go in there. Yeah, but you totally nailed that old man.
Well, he was all over the place with his testimony.
He's not the only one. Huh? What do you mean? Everyone else's testimonies don't match up either. Not with what I remember of the incident, anyway.
Is it possible she is the one misremembering things? Should we give her the bento yet? Maybe not yet. Let's talk to her first. We shall see. I really want to see Gumshoe give her the bento himself. Imagine the awkwardness. Yeah, especially if she said that she doesn't like Gumshoe at all. She like hates him right now. She'd be like, I don't want your stupid weenies. Something like that. Poor Gumshoe. All he cares about is her safety. Alright, contradictions.
Maggie, you know how you said that everyone else provided testimony that doesn't match up with what you remember?
Yep, there are just so many things that don't seem to add up. The biggest contradiction is the other guy I saw at the victim's table. He was the one who slipped something into the victim's coffee. I'm sure it was him. But didn't Mr. Kudo testify earlier today that it was the waitress who put some white powder into the coffee cup?
So you really think it was this disappearing man that did it?
Well, he's not the only thing that disappeared. The CD vanished as well.
You know, the CD with the writing on it? Oh yeah, the MC Screwdriver album, right?
It was MC Bomber, Maya. That name was scrawled on the sports paper as well.
They never did find that CD at the crime scene, sir.
Or the victim's medication. That's gone missing too.
Ouch, my head. This is getting way too complicated for me.
After the incident? You said that you passed out when the victim, Glenn L., collapsed, right?
Yes. It's so embarrassing. I mean, I used to be a cop. When I came to, the restaurant was buzzing with police. And before I knew what was going on, they arrested me, sir.
So between the time the victim collapsed and the time the police arrived on the scene, you have no idea what went on at Tres Bien?
No, no idea at all. Why? Is it important, Mr. Wright?
The other witness, the old man from the park, was pretty much chased out of the picture.
Chased out of the picture? What do you mean? Old CD wasn't inside the restaurant because he was told to go call the police.
Exactly. And you, Maggie, were unconscious. That means Mr. Armstrong was alone in the restaurant for a brief period of time.
No. You don't think Mr. Armstrong set me up, do you?
When you consider the facts, it's hard to imagine that Mr. Armstrong isn't involved in this at all.
Grr, it's like the master biting the paw of the dog that it feeds.
Are you sure about this, Mr. Wright? Well, the old man said as much when we spoke with him earlier.
I don't know. The things that man says don't add up for some reason, sir.
Maggie looks like she's trying to figure something out.
Maybe we should ask Maggie exactly what she knows about old CD.
Okay. I feel much better after the trial this morning. I've been a bit of a courtroom proceedings addict for years now. It feels like forever since I saw a witness as slippery as that old man.
He's not really that bad of an old man, though.
Maya, come on. Come on, you're being too nice. Still, I feel a bit uneasy.
Huh? I thought you just said you felt much better.
Maggie, if there's something on your mind, you've got to tell us. Especially if it has anything to do with Mr. Kudo or his testimony.
Roger. I'll spill it all and see what you make of it.
Alright. Is there anything about Mr. Kudo's testimony that stood out as odd to you?
Actually, yes.
The fact that he was even testifying to begin with doesn't quite...
Doesn't quite what?
Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table... It's true there was another customer in the restaurant. Yeah, we know that already. It was Victor Kudo. But I can't really say it was an old man.
Okay then, how about calling him a really old middle-aged man?
No, age isn't the issue. The other customer was a woman. We have an unaccounted witness? Oh. Okay. There was another customer. A woman. So that could have been, Viola. I think. A woman?
Are you sure, Maggie?
Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I think so.
So? What did this woman look like?
She was sort of creepy. Oh. And she had a kind of cackling laugh. Creepy.
Cackling?
Why do I get the feeling I've come across a woman like that recently? I know what to do! I know I used to be on the police force, sir, but I'm incarcerated now, so I can't use my connections to help you. All I can tell you about now is info about ex-cons or the clientele of Trespien, sir.
Aw, don't let it get you down, Maggie.
Oh, okay, so I can't do that. Oh, what should I do then? Maybe I, have to go back and talk to Viola? Oh, let me give her the bento. Oh yeah, I've got something you're gonna love.
Really? What is it?
A lunchbox, just for you. Here.
Wow, a lunchbox. Weenies, too.
I can't believe it. Thank you, sir. Did you make this just for me, Mr. Wright?
Nah, it was Detective Gumshoe. Who else would make such a nice lunchbox for you?
Detective Gumshoe?
He's really worried about you. Looks like he put a lot of effort into making this, too.
I can't accept it. Detention center rules. No gifts allowed, sir. Hey, come on, Maggie. Don't be like that. The rules are the rules. They'll lock you up if you break them. Somehow, when an ex-cop turned waitress says that, it seems a whole lot scarier. And anyway, I hate weenies.
Oh, really?
She hates weenies. She hates weenies, y'all. It's all yours, Maya. You can enjoy it with Mr. Wright.
But...
She's right. It's better than letting it go to waste.
But... I guess so.
Gumshoe's lunchbox eaten with Maya. Aww. Well, how was it? That hit the spot. I love weenies. Oh, do you, Phoenix? You love weenies, huh? Oh, good. I'm glad I gave it to you then, sir. Man, that's sad. Do ya, Nick? Do ya? Alright, well, I guess let's go. I wonder what happens if you don't give her the bento. Like, do you have to give it to her? I guess let's go back. Can I talk to you? Maybe I can present Viola to him? Let's try that. Phoenix loves weenies. Yeah, jot that down. Jot that down. Weenies hit the spot. How do you give it to her? Isn't there glass between you? I feel like there's probably like a little box, like a little drop box thing, like below the screen or something. I don't know. It'll just phase through the wall, no problem. Maggie is not impressed by Gumshoe's weenies. Would you mind taking a look at this? No.
Let me get a million of my grumbles off my chest and I'll take one quick look. I've got an earthquake of frustration inside and it's ready to rumble.
On second thought, forget it. A million grumbles for one quick look doesn't sound like a good deal for me. Okay, never mind. And then we still only have this. there anything else I could have showed Maggie? Maybe I can show the CD? I don't know. Let me go back. Let's try presenting some stuff to her. Nope.
Holy smokes! That's him! Huh? That's your phony, mister, right? Just look at that ridiculous suntan!
For the record, I'm not sunburned like an over-dried tomato, so I don't know how...
He told me he'd been on a business trip to Hawaii and that's where he got the tan.
I'm not hearing this. But then she won't react to Viola. Yeah. I think there's usually a small part of the glass where you can give gifts, so it's kind of weird it's against the rules to give detainees food. I doubt it's against the rules. She just said that because she's angry at Gumby. Yeah, she was just trying to think of something so that she wouldn't have to take it because she's mad. She's mad. Oh, I don't know why it held that. PC Man, sorry. Isn't it Violetta, not Viola? When you talk to her in person, it says Viola, but here it says Violetta. So she has like two different names. I guess Viola's like her nickname? I don't know, but that is her name. Huh. I can't talk to you. Okay, maybe there's something else to do. Yeah. January 7, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. The main server just went up in smoke. Why the heck isn't the press conference set up yet? The superintendent's here already. Yeah, and there's a problem with the internet, too. I already told you to stop using your computer, Chief. But I'm watching videos online. I'm catching up on my Asian soap operas. It's gonna have to wait, Chief. I'm throwing the switch. No! Just when some young guy was about to confess to his son's hot-to-trot girlfriend. I don't...
Wow, this place is really buzzing.
Oh my god. Something must be going down. Something really big. Huh? What are you doing here, pal?
Detective Gumshoe.
You can't be here right now. You'll be roped into the briefing if you stay.
Huh?
We've got big problems here today.
Why? What's going on?
It's a virus! A virus!
A virus?
There's a virus ripping through the precinct's computer system.
But I really need to ask you some questions. Alright. Might be related to her injury or her name prior to the injury. I don't know. The Chief watches K-dramas. Do we have to break the bad weenie news to him? I hope not. I really hope not. Alright, tender lender.
Okay, I'm only gonna say this once, so listen up.
Yes.
No matter how poor you get, never borrow money from a place like this, you hear?
Okay?
If you got money trouble, just go on a diet of instant noodles and hang in there.
Ah, we're not thinking about borrowing money, Detective. We want information.
Oh, is that all? Well, let's see. Tender lender is considered to be even fishier than the average illegal loan shark. And it seems it ran into trouble just recently. Those guys have been pretty heavy-handed calling in all their debts.
Really?
Don't go poking your nose around in their business, pal. You'll really regret it if you upset that lady.
Alright, I get the picture. Hey, wait a minute. What did he just say? That lady?
Who's this lady he's talking about, Nick?
We better find out what the story is with this lady. Oh, and it's not an option? Okay, oops. Let's present. Actually, let me save too. It's been a while. Spare his heart. Probably took him several days to make that bento. Let's present her.
That's the girl who works over at Tender Lender. You want to stay away from her, okay? I mean it.
She does look kind of unforgiving, doesn't she?
That should be the least of your worries, pal.
What's that supposed to mean? What could be worse?
Her name's Viola Cadaverini. Oh, she's a Cadaverini. She's the only granddaughter of Bruto Cadaverini.
Bruto Cadaverini? Do you know who that is, Nick?
Never heard of him. Bruto Cadaverini is the boss of the Cadaverini family. Alright, so Viola is the granddaughter. Cadaverini. Of Bruto. Okay. The Cadaverinis. That's one scary sounding name. I can't touch them. They're way too powerful for the police. But you're thinking of taking them on, aren't you? No, I don't remember ever saying I was going to. I better get some more info out of Gumshoe about this family. Yeah, he definitely looks like a mob boss. Yeah, he sure does. Oh, okay, now I can ask about this. I'm not sure if I really want to get involved in this, but who are the Cadaverinis? Who are they? A scary bunch of people, that's who. You're a cop, and you're scared? What's that about? Trust me, it doesn't matter if you're a kid or a cop, these guys are scary. They've got some serious clout in the criminal underworld. Oh my god, they got clout? We can't touch them. They've got too much moolah. Moolah? As in... They pretty much control all the cash on the city's black market. The black market, huh? And that includes tender lender, I take it? Sure. No one stands up to Bruto Cadaverini. And I mean no one. So probably, the Tigre's reaction to Viola was because she's the granddaughter of the biggest mob boss in the frickin' city. So, okay. That's why he treats her well. She's like, the boss is a granddaughter. All of that for a drop of clout. They got clout and moolah. MC Bomber can't touch this. Sure can't. Yeah, no one stands up to Bruto, and I mean no one. Interesting.
So Viola's the granddaughter of some mafia boss then?
Yeah, and everyone knows how much Bruto loves his little girl. She means everything to him. So, how did she end up at Tender Lender? I don't know, pal. But I heard she and the boss of Tender Lender are pretty tight.
Tight?
That's what it said in a file I read related to Maggie's case. Sounds like a pretty important clue. Okay. Do I have anything new in my stuff now? We have him. The head of the Cadaverini family crime syndicate seems to live for his granddaughter. He is 78. Okay, and then Viola and the Tigre are close. We don't know why. Okay, now I can ask about the virus.
So what exactly is a computer virus, Detective Gumshoe?
I don't know.
What?
Look, I just go with the flow, alright, pal? And here I thought detectives were supposed to be somewhat knowledgeable. What's with that face, pal? You think you know what a virus is?
Well, Nick, do you?
A computer virus? Sure. I mean, only in simple terms, of course.
Really? Wow, you know everything, Professor Nick.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you Dr. Wright from now on.
Hey, that sounds pretty cool. Don't you agree, Dr. Wright?
Why do I get the feeling they're making fun of me? Okay, fine. I'm no expert, but I can at least explain the basics to the two of you. A virus is a program that gets inside a computer and causes damage. Damage? You mean it makes the machine go boom and explode? No. The damage is, well, it's all internal.
So the inside goes boom, right?
Imagine all the case data you've got stored on your PCs here in the station. A virus could wipe out all of that. That's the kind of damage I'm talking about.
Whoa, that's scary.
Yeah, and what's even more scary is that viruses are infectious.
Infectious?
Most computers are connected together on a network, right? A virus can move from one machine to another over the network. So the virus just keeps spreading faster and faster. Just like a real virus, huh?
But Nick, why would anyone want to make a program like that?
Yeah, it takes ages to type in all that data. Why would you want to destroy it, pal? No, people don't infect their own machines. They send the virus to someone else's.
What? That's horrible.
Oh, I get it. It's like you sneezing on Mr. Godot so he catches a cold.
Right, then he wouldn't be able to turn up in court because he'd be too sick. You really shouldn't do stuff like that, Nick. It's wrong.
Who? What? Where? When and why did the conversation jump to talking about me? Anyway, that's what a computer virus is. A bad program that causes damage. And all the different viruses have names, right? I kind of feel like I've heard the name of the virus we caught somewhere before. The name of the virus, huh? I feel like I've heard of it before too. The name of the virus? Is it MC Bomber? They were saying, oh, does it make your computer go boom? And he was a computer programmer, so maybe it's actually this. Speaking of computer viruses, have you heard of the Stuxnet virus? I have not. Why is she angry at Gumshoe? I've not been paying much attention to the story. She's angry at Gumshoe because during the court day, he wasn't very helpful in making her look innocent. So she's upset that he's kind of like not on her side, even though he is. He's just not good at his job. So he didn't do a good job in the court, but he didn't mean to do that. Reminded that this game is supposed to take place in like 2018, and yet they need computer viruses explained. Yeah. I feel like part of it too is also for the audience though. Like, I guess at this time they're like, oh, maybe not everyone knows what a virus is, so let's explain it in the game and pretend it's because Gumshoe and Maya doesn't know what they are, but... Honestly, I also think it fits with their personalities that Gumshoe and Maya wouldn't know what a virus is, even in 2018. That's just the type of people they are. That's Mr. Doctor, Professor Wright to you. Mr. Doctor. The far distant future of 2018. Detective Gumshoe, about this. What? I'm trying to concentrate on Maggie and this virus right now, so I... Ah! This is it! This stupid name! I remember now! I thought so. Here it comes.
Don't just nod to yourself and keep me in the dark, Nick. What's going on?
It's okay, Maya. You don't have to cry about it. What's that about? What was that? The name scribbled on that sports paper and written on that CD. That's the name of the virus. MC Bomber.
What?
Yeah, the virus that's just infected every computer in the station, pal. It's MC Bomber. Can you give us any more details, please? I knew it! Alright, MC Bomber is a virus. Alright. Stuxnet was a computer virus first discovered in 2010 that was designed to damage hardware in a nuclear program. It was super clever in how it spread across the internet and USB devices in order to try to find extremely specific devices in Iran. Huh. Stop bomber time. Oh my god. Get out of here. Get out of town. Okay, MC Bomber. We already knew about the MC Bomber virus from a while back. A group of criminals issued a series of demands to the head honchos of law enforcement. They threatened to release the virus if their demands weren't met.
Who are they?
I don't know. Some hotshots from the criminal underworld would be my guess. And now the virus has been released, huh? Yeah, it's in every computer in every public office in the city. Everyone's going nuts. They're hopping around like they're dancing at a carnival.
All this stuff with criminals and viruses, it almost feels like we're in a sci-fi movie.
Apparently, the programmer who made the virus was a real genius or something. The focus right now is on tracing the route of this virus on the black market. You mean someone put this virus up for sale? Yeah, and because this one's so powerful, they're estimating its price tag was in the millions of dollars, pal. Interesting. It's a virus made by a genius, sold for millions, probably made by Glenn, is my guess. So I think he was starting to get into the criminal underworld, and he had to be taken out for some reason. And I guess we'll figure out why later.
Dancing around like a carnival.
But they're not having a good time. They're really not.
In the millions? A virus can be worth that much? MC Bomber updated in the court record. Found at Tender Lender, contains a computer virus program.
Ah, I can't believe it. I almost forgot the most important thing.
And that is...
You know, the lunchbox. How did everything go?
Pain. Lunchbox?
You remember the Weenies?
I hate weenies. Oh, yeah, those weenies.
So, how did my weenies taste when they went down the hatch?
Huh? Well, it was delicious.
Yeah? That's what she said? Really?
Well, not exactly.
Don't worry about it, pal. I figured something would happen, so I came prepared.
Prepared? What do you mean?
I made a jumbo lunchbox.
Oh,
Do me a favor again, huh, pal, and deliver this?
This sure is a heavy burden, in more ways than one.
I can just imagine Maggie's little eyes sparkling with joy when you bring her that.
Weenies again, Nick? Tell me we don't have to eat all these too.
Gumshoe's lunchbox given to Maya. Again. A tenderly handmade lunchbox fills the stomach with love and plenty of weenies. And this time it's jumbo. Really, truly, Max Wiener.
I really can't eat anymore.
Oh boy. Okay, I guess we go back. Oh, she's not here though. Well, darn. Okay, she's not here. We'll have to hold on to the bento. Okay, so we're done there. Nothing there.
Wiener.
There's that Max Wiener.
Let me examine real quick. I wonder, I guess let's look around here just to see. Oh god, he's imagining the sparkling eyes. The weenies, no! Jumbo Max Weenies. This table's set nicely. It just needs a customer.
Hey, Nick, do you think Gold CD was talking about a vase like this today in court?
It does look like it's ready to fall over any second. Looks kind of fragile too.
I bet if Mr. Armstrong charged $10,000 for every vase a customer broke, he would be able to pay off his loan really quickly.
If you hit people with that kind of bill, Maya, they will hit you back. This restaurant has partitions that separate the tables. When you're seated at a table, you can only see the tables to your right or left.
Wow, you really can't see the table in front or behind you at all. It's the perfect setup for slipping poison into your enemy's coffee.
It really is. She heard they were jumbo and dipped. This must be the table where the murder occurred.
I guess so with all this police tape all around it.
And that stain must be from the poisoned coffee. Don't go licking the tablecloth, okay, Maya?
Why would I lick it? I'm not a cat, you know.
And why can't I picture you doing just that? That's the same as before. And then that's the same. Let's see. They're all in French. More chic sometime. And the little trinkets. So cultured, this is the same. One of those magical boxes that spits out money! Okay, anyway. Nothing else to see here. We can go to the kitchen again. Oh, this is new. January 7th, Respian Kitchen.
Looks like Mr. Armstrong's out again.
But the place is open for business. You can't have an open restaurant without a chef.
Hey, it's not my fault, Nick. Don't take it out on me.
Only a couple of minutes after the incident happened, Mr. Kudo left the scene, leaving Mr. Armstrong here alone.
Missing when we need to talk to him the most.
Maybe he's trying to avoid us on purpose. Is there anything new? What's this? It looks like a treasure chest or something.
Wow, look at all these little bottles.
Oh, they're aromatherapy oils. He's got so many, they're overflowing.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 100. They're all the same too.
This is the same dialogue as before, I think. I think we'll just go. I doubt it's different. Okay, nothing there. Anything new here? I don't think so. Can I present anything to her? Let's give her the bento.
Would you mind taking a look at this?
I'm sorry, that data is super admin restricted, desktop access password protected.
Super admin restricted desktop access password protected? What? This is madness.
No, Maya, that is Sparta. Shh. You can really tell what year this came out. She won't tell us unless we say the right code word.
A code word? Sesame. If it's not Sesame, then it must be her mother's maiden name. That's how it always is.
There's no point in having a password if it's always the same thing, Maya. I guess she just doesn't want to talk about this.
Yeah. Maybe we should focus on asking about Glen Elk. What do you say?
Oh, could I? Get something else from her? About Mr. Elg. He was a top programmer. I would even say he was a genius. But he did suffer from 1 or 2 bugs in his personality.
Oh? Like what?
He was a bit of a loser. Perhaps that would be the best way to describe it. That's what got him into trouble.
What's the matter?
He was a top programmer. I would even say he was a genius. So he was really no trouble at all. A model employee. Hey, wait a minute. Just now you said something about him being in trouble. We've got to find out what this trouble was exactly. There was more to get from her. Oh, okay. What about her first pet or her street name? Yeah. Get Sparta'd. That 2006 ass reference. Yeah. Terrible. About Mr. Elg. Was he in some kind of trouble? I'm sorry. Why would you think that? I thought you said something about it just now. You said he got himself into trouble because he was a bit of a loser. Ah. So many secrets! 3. 3 Cyclops?
I guess Mr. Elg is like every other man with his own pile of secrets.
I want to know how much her outfit costs with those LEDs. A lot. Quite a lot. Alright, let me try this. Maybe I can do this Cyclock. I wonder if I could do Viola's Cyclock yet. Glenn's troubles. So, how about you tell me what kind of trouble Mr. Elg was in? I'm sorry, sir, but we don't deal with troubleshooting here. Perhaps you'd like to speak to someone in customer service. What's she talking about? I guess I better just take a shot and see where it gets me. Miss Basil, let me ask you something. Did Mr. Elg's troubles have something to do with this? Probably this? What is that? A bunch of horse racing tickets, all losing ones. With that many tickets, you could get $1 at a recycling center. You good people are very, very bad. Cashing in on others' misfortunes is immoral. Is that a whiff of hypocrisy I smell? But what is the relevance of these tickets? The victim, Mr. Glen Elg, he had a gambling habit, didn't he? I don't think that's a logical conclusion based on the facts. Everyone likes to go to the races from time to time. Wait, is Basil a robot? Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
But enough of this! Have at you!
Yeah, but not everyone buys this many tickets. Anyway, I don't believe that proves anything on its own. You're right, but I'm not through yet. Mr. Elg's gambling wasn't restricted to horse races, was it? The lottery, horse racing, he bought a lot of tickets and lost a lot of times. That's got to have hurt his wallet pretty bad, don't you think? Oh, she's sweating, or maybe her eyes are sweating. Maybe bad enough to be the cause of some pretty serious trouble, perhaps? No. You are right. Glenn did have a gambling habit. You good people must not follow his example, do you understand? Trust me, even if I wanted to, I don't exactly have the money to buy any. But if you win, there's no problem, is there? And Glenn had a winning ticket, didn't he? For $500,000. Yeah, but
It's hard to imagine how he could have been in trouble then, isn't it? It's true that Mr. Elg won $500,000 in the end, but that was his first stroke of good luck. He was in deep trouble before that. Deep trouble? What do you mean? Mr. Elg's real problem was with someone or something more terrifying and ferocious. Mr. Elg met with someone on the day he was killed. He even made a note on his calendar about the meeting. Meet with the Tigre. What is the relevance of that? Are you trying to suggest Glenn was meeting him to discuss his debt? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I have never heard anything about this Tigre before. Maybe he's not even human. Maybe he really is a tiger. Yeah, he went to the zoo. I'm no programmer, but does she really expect me to buy such messed up logic? In that case, I think it's time to introduce you to the Tigre. Furio Tigre, aka the Tigre, is the boss of a loan office called Tenderlender. This is who Mr. Elg met with on the day of his murder. And the only thing a loan shark would talk with him about would be his debt. No. It's true that Glenn had racked up quite a bit of debt from his gambling habit. About $100,000, I think. $100,000? Ouch. I don't know if I wrote that down before, but Glenn's debt was 100,000. Okay. But I heard he won the lottery, so he should have been in the clear. Shame Maggie couldn't get a bit of that good luck. Okay, so the guy got lucky and won the lottery. But what if he hadn't won? What was his plan then? Well, this isn't easy to say, but he said he would use his talents to repay the money. His talents? I suspect he was talking about programming. What computer program is worth $100,000? Perhaps you good people should leave so I can get back to my work. I'm so close to cracking her. The program in question, was it by any chance this? Oh, so I actually had to go explore before I did all this stuff with her. Okay, so it's good I left. That's gonna be a CD. Well, this is it, isn't it? This is the virus that's infecting computers worldwide as we speak. MC Bomber. No. Take that! Alright. Glenn's head had more processing power than any computer, but it had been infected with a gambling virus. Glenn was in too deep. You mean he was in debt? Yes, $100,000 in debt, not an easy amount to repay. So, he said he was taking on some extra work, something a bit risky. Risky? How? Maybe he was going to become a waitress at Tres Bien. Where do you come up with these ideas? Risky extra work. He was invited to be a part of an event known as Squid Games shortly after. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Risky. So it's safe to say Mr. Elg was the creator of this virus, huh? The MC Bomber virus. Yes. I'm surprised she's just telling us this. It was a work of genius, in a bad sort of way, of course, but still genius. Something like that would probably fetch several $1 million on the black market. Inconceivable. Gumshoe was right for a change. This date, December 3rd, that is marked on his calendar. That was his deadline for repaying his debts. Oh. Okay. So December 3rd, day of murder. And deadline for Glenn's debt. Okay. MC Bomber updated. A computer virus made by Glenn Elg, potentially worth millions of dollars. I guess we won't be needing these horse racing tickets anymore. Glenn Elg's losing horse racing tickets thrown back on the floor.
Use the trash can, Nick!
Yeah, jerk. Is there anything else to show her? No. Okay. I feel like this would make her an accomplice to crime by just showing he was working on something like that. Right? Because she knew and didn't do anything. Okay, let's move
Do we go back to here? What do you think about this, Detective Gumshoe?
Sorry, pal. I can't discuss anything connected to the case.
Hey, I thought you said you were going to help us out.
I can't help you out if I don't have any info.
Yeah, I suppose the retrial has only just begun. Okay, so I can't do that. Yeah, I can't. Okay. So maybe we go talk to Viola now? I wonder if I have enough for her. Okay. It takes forever. Okay. Can I show her some stuff, or? No. Okay, so we need to just do the Magatama. Okay. Let me say first. And let's try this out, shall we? Okay. So the first thing is gonna be the car accident bill. Okay. Alright, so... God, I have so much evidence for this case. Okay, there's that. Don't think I introduced myself. What do the Cadaverinis have to do with me? It's very strong, and this is why. We're gonna show the grandpa. Yeah. I know exactly who you are, Viola Cadaverini. You sustained that injury in a traffic accident, didn't you? There's the first one. It happened about 4 months ago. I was driving in one of our family's cars when someone pulled out in front of me. Oh. It was a motorbike or something like that. I don't remember it much. Oh, wait, that's the Tigre. So she was in, okay. Viola's accident. She was in a family car when Tigre was in front of her. Crashed. Okay. Huh. Anyway, I swerved to try to avoid it, but... So he was the cause of her accident. I mean, that's why he's being so nice to her. I took a blow to the head. A bad one. Yeah, I can imagine. So what happened to the person on the bike? I'm guessing they didn't get away with injuring the Viola Cadaverini, right? I don't know what happened to them. They ran away, or so I heard. Ran away? If they'd stayed, I'd have... Is it possible? Could the person who committed the hit and run have been... It was this man, wasn't it? He was the cause of your accident. It wasn't Don Tigre. I refuse to believe it. We collided, the motorbike and my car. But Don Tigre isn't injured at all, is he? Well, he has a scar. It was the Tigre who caused Viola to crash. I can feel it. Plus, one of her locks just broke, so she must suspect it was him too. I'm sorry, Miss Cadaverini, but I have proof that the Tigre was involved in a traffic accident on his bike. Oh yeah. His bike is all messed up. It's not exactly a motorbike, but Mr. Tigre rides around on a scooter, doesn't he? And you'll notice that the front wheel guard is badly damaged. Miss Cadaverini, you know the truth, don't you? Oh boy. This repair bill was paid by Furio Tigre. The Cadaverinis have known for ages who caused the accident, haven't they? It's possible. Perhaps. Somewhere inside me, I know that may be true. I knew it. But Don Tigre still saved my life. The operation was very complicated. It was very, very expensive. How much are we talking? Very, very, very expensive. She seems kind of hesitant about giving me an actual figure. I should back off. Well, anyway, it was the Tigre who paid for it, right?
After I recovered, Don Tigre told me. He said he paid for the operation because he cared about me. I believe him.
Really? But do you honestly believe that to be true? Do you want to know what I think? I think the reason he paid for the operation wasn't because of you, but someone else. Try the grandpa. Perhaps I shouldn't be saying this, but your grandfather, Bruto Cadaverini, controls a lot of dubious cash, right? And you are his beloved pride and joy. Sure, I don't know exactly how much the operation cost, but if you weren't the granddaughter of Mr. Cadaverini, do you think Mr. Tigre would have paid the money?
$1 million.
1 million. Oh my god. Cost $1 million. The plot indeed thickens.
4 months ago, I was in a traffic accident. That's why I needed the operation. When I woke up, they told me it was nothing serious, a simple procedure.
Oh, really? Well, I guess if she recovered in 4 months, it couldn't have been too big.
They said the operation cost $1 million.
$1 million bucks?
My grandfather ordered Don Tigre to pay $1 million in compensation.
Compensation, huh? It's underworld lingo for paying money to settle a score. Basically, pay or get into some serious trouble. But $1 million bucks? This has to be related to our poisoning case somehow.
I wanted to believe him. I wanted to trust what Don Tigre said. He said it had nothing to do with my grandfather being Bruto Cadaverini, even though it's like the most obvious thing in the world. I wanted to believe he helped me because he cared about me, not about my grandfather.
Oh.
But I knew that wasn't really true.
Wow, I'm so sorry.
What he did to get the money was evil. He said it was all for me, so I helped him.
You helped him? In what way?
Here, take these.
What are these? Medical papers?
I'm Bruto Cadaverini's granddaughter. He had to pay compensation. He was made an offer. He simply couldn't refuse.
Made him an offer he couldn't refuse. Viola's medical papers added to the court record. A $1 million bill for cranial surgery. Payment was due last year. Wow, I feel so bad for Viola. It's inexcusable. Huh? There are two things that I consider inexcusable. Poisoning and betrayal. Only a coward would hurt people using either of these tactics. Is everything all right, Nick? We should get going. Right after we finish our espresso. Yeah. I wouldn't drink it. I won't need to convince Viola of anything else, so I guess I can get rid of this. Repair bill thrown into the trash. Alrighty then. Well, that's as good of a confession as any, right? So I have what in my possession now? I have this. So who do I give this to? Oh, no, not here. Oh, God. Oh, something new over here. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. January 7th, très bien. Oh, it's Armstrong. There he is. Eh, bonjour. I have been waiting for you to return. Mr. Armstrong. Oh, sorry. Good timing. I was hoping to find you here. We'd like to ask you a few questions. Oh, well, he hasn't got anything to say to you fellas. Oh, there he is. He's back. It's Shinhyop. Who you calling Zinyoop? Zinyoop. I'm out from under the table already, Maya. Okay, hand it over. What? You just want to play games with me? I don't recommend that. The medical papers, now. Uh-oh. I think he wants Viola Cadaverini's papers back. You mean this? The $1 million medical papers? Miss Cadaverini trusted you. That's why she said that she helped you.
Forget about it. That girl's dumber than an eggplant. Yous wanna know what's sad? I'll tell you what's sad. And it ain't only her face. She thinks she's got power because she's Bruto's little girl. Now that's sad. I can't let you have these papers. Tomorrow in court, I'm going to expose what you did to get the 1 million you used to pay this off. Are you crazy or something? I don't care if you want to give it to me or not. There's 2 of us here. You got that? 2. Armstrong? Oui. Oui. Mr. Armstrong? He is strong.
Forgive me. Désolé. I cannot argue with him.
That really hurt. Is that all you got? I'll be taking those papers now. Armstrong, get that lighter. Wait! Oh, they're gonna destroy it? Don't take it too hard, Phoenix, right? That was so stupid. I shouldn't have let my guard down. I mean, you're not a fighter, you're just a lawyer. Those medical papers were vital evidence. Man. Hold it, pal! Gumshoe! Detective Gumshoe? Detective? You think you're gonna stop me, copper? Beat it! Rawr XD, that's what he said. Whoa! Come on, Gumshoe, keep it together. You guys, get out of here. Leave this guy to me. But, go, pal, and take this. If you get hurt, who's gonna look after Maggie, huh? Gumshoe! All right, thanks, Gumshoe.
Wait, Nick, don't leave me behind!
Nick was just like, just left Maya behind. Coward. Oh. Hey, Tsukuru, welcome in. My God, this man. He is so much. Armstrong, how could you? I knew. They're all in on it, man. Why is Nick always getting his ass beat? Oh my God. Gummy, my love. Fight. Gummy time. Mr. Armstrong's aura is so overpowering that Phoenix started talking in a French accent. Yes. I'll get even with that guy tomorrow. In court! Tender Lender is going down. What a nerd. But a nerd we all know and love. To be continued. Right now! Yes. Alright. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep going! January 8, 9:46 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 1.
Good morning, Mr. Wright. Good morning, Maggie.
So, what do you think is going to happen today, sir? Yesterday's session didn't go so well and ended on a giant mystery. That's true. And we still haven't solved a single part of it yet.
Are you okay, Nick?
Huh? Oh, yeah, of course. I saw that. That little flash of doubt in your eyes. No, that wasn't doubt. That was, determination. Why don't I believe you?
It's nearly time, Maggie. You'd better get going to the defendant's seat.
Roger. Don't let me down, Mr. Wright. I'm counting on you. Hey, pal! I was expecting him to be beaten up or something. Hey, Detective Gumshoe.
Quit stressing Maggie out. She doesn't need that.
How did you know she was stressed?
I was watching through the doorway.
Oh.
You look like you lost the case already. Show a bit of confidence, will you, pal? Here, maybe this'll help.
Huh? Have you taken up aromatherapy too?
Not in a million years, pal. Don't tell me you don't remember this thing.
Come to think of it, that doesn't look like one of those aromatherapy bottles.
This is the small bottle that turned up in Trespian's kitchen a couple of days ago.
Oh, yes. Wow, look at all these little bottles. Oh, they're aromatherapy oils. He's got so many they're overflowing. Hey, wait a minute.
There's one bottle that's different from all the others.
Well, what do you know? And it doesn't have a label either.
And it doesn't smell.
We finally got the analysis results back from the lab.
So, what is it? Is it the poison?
I'm afraid not, pal. It's medication.
Oh.
Medication?
Yeah, for ears. Topical use only, apparently.
For ears? You mean...
Yeah, it's the medication Glenn Elg was using for his ruptured eardrum.
What was Glenn Elg's ear medication doing in the kitchen? Small battle refiled into the court record. The victim's ear medicine, found covered in unidentified fingerprints in the kitchen. What about the unidentified fingerprints? Anything on that?
Someone screwed up, so they only had time to analyze the contents of the bottle. Another hour and they might have gotten something on the prints, but...
That's going to weaken its impact as a piece of evidence.
Okay, pal, this is it. Make sure your defense is impregnable today, okay?
Today's trial. I'm gonna expose that guy for what he's done, or my name isn't Phoenix Wright. Oh boy. January 8, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. I feel like so far this has been like the smoothest case of all the games for me, other than maybe like the first 2 from the first game. I haven't been struggling as much, but I hope I'm not speaking too soon and I struggle in the court today, so we'll see. Hopefully it's fine. Hopefully.
I was watching through the doorway.
God. All right. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Ready and waiting as always, Your Honor.
Very good. Then we'll get underway at once. Yesterday, we heard the testimony of Mr. Victor Kudo. He claims to have witnessed the defendant putting a powder into the victim's coffee. However, the witness's testimony was plagued with a number of problems.
The mark on the rim of the cup shows that the victim drank from it with his right hand, but according to the old man's testimony, he picked it up with his left.
I'm actually going to start taking some notes just to have a refresher here, so... Glenn picked up cup with right hand. Old man claims left hand. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Godot. Furthermore, according to the witness's account, the victim was listening to the radio with an earpiece in his left ear. Yet, the victim's left eardrum was ruptured, which made him effectively deaf in that ear. Okay. Old man claimed Glenn listened with his left ear, but left ear drum ruptured. Okay. And there he is, Mr. Godot. Yes, Mr. ASMR King.
It's amazing how many contradictions a single case can have, huh, Nick?
Allow me to enlighten you, Your Honor. The world, you see, keeps turning, and we must turn with it.
You've lost me already, Mr. Godot.
Don't let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today. Only losers think like that. You've got to change with the times. That's one of my rules.
Are you implying that you've resolved these contradictions?
You know the answers to these riddles.
Oh, sorry. That's not Godot. You know the answers to these riddles?
The old guy wasn't just throwing seed in here. He was throwing us off the scent. And today, I'll prove it.
All right. No, he's implying you're a loser, Sir Judge. Very well. Let the first witness take the stand. All right, it's time for Armstrong.
And you are?
Oh, bonjour, everyone. I am Jean Armstrong, the owner and head chef of La Tres Bien Restaurant. Enchanté. Enchanté.
His butt. We got some yams here in the courtroom today. Forgive me for asking, witness, but this joke again.
Oh la la, monsieur. As you can see, I am la pert and perky gentleman, no?
Get with the times, old man! Not everyone's gonna fit into your little box. Not everyone's gonna fit into your tiny little gender box, alright? Get over it.
On the day of the incident, you were in Trespian's kitchen. Isn't that right?
With you, monsieur. Everything feels right.
Huh.
He just laughed. He's like, I'm flattered. Wow, he's totally unfazed. Doesn't anything intimidate this guy? Very well. Your testimony, please, witness. Please tell the court what happened that day at Trespian.
Oui, volontiers.
Witness testimony. I don't know what he's saying half the time.
When it all happened, there were just 2 customers in my restaurant. I remember I was experimenting with some new art deco that day. Like having a large mirror between la tables, for example. Oui, perhaps that is what la old man was looking at. La cup, la earpiece, and la glasses. I would have seen everything in reverse, no?
So he's claiming there was a mirror. Okay. Do, 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 do. Looked reverse. Okay. Interesting. Mirror?
Oui, un grand mirror. La most enormous mirror.
But then I can't trust Armstrong either.
And suddenly, the mystery disappears.
That's it. You're gonna say there was a mirror.
Like I said, the world keeps turning, so roll with it.
That would explain the coffee cup and the earpiece conundrum. The mirror would have made everything appear back to front. What the heck? It's way too early in the morning for this to be happening to me. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Oh boy.
Okay. When it all happened, there were 2 customers in my restaurant. So, we can say that this is a lie, because actually there was 3. There was the old man, the victim, and a woman, who was most likely Viola. And who were the 2 customers exactly?
Mais, of course, la young man who died. And the other not-so-young man.
You are referring to yesterday's witness, I presume? What about the other man Maggie says she saw at the table? Oh yeah, there was also the other guy and the lady. So there was actually 4 customers. Something tells me Mr. Armstrong isn't planning to disclose his existence.
We need some hard evidence first before we can bring him up, don't we?
I guess I'll just have to try a different approach for the time being. Yeah, so we're not gonna do this one. I was experimenting with some new art deco. You were experimenting with art deco? How come I never heard about that before today?
You are not familiar with the language of interior design, monsieur?
Please stay on topic. Now, why didn't you tell the court about this before?
But I did, just a few moments ago.
Oh my god. Excuse me, Mr. Armstrong. This deco you mentioned, are you referring to some sort of decoture? No, Art Deco. It is a style of design, Your Honor. He's talking about interior design. Walls, ceilings, carpets, that kind of thing. Ah, yes, of course. That deco.
I was trying to achieve a more la effeminate look for my restaurant. I was planning the most bold remodeling of la decor.
Like having a large mirror between the tables, for example. A large mirror between the tables. Between the tables which way? How big of a mirror are we talking about here?
Both. Something about 4 meters wide and, about 2 meters high.
Okay. Mirror would have been 4 meters and 2 meters. I don't really work in meters that much, but that's like, I think 2 meters is like 6 feet. Okay, so pretty tall. Let's see, if 1 meter is about a yard, holy glass in a frame, that's huge.
I was intending to install it on the ceiling eventually.
On the ceiling? The ceiling? Was there a mirror on the ceiling? I don't remember.
Mine's known, but I decided not to go through with it in the end.
What should I do? Should I ask him more about the mirror or not? Yes. If you really had such a large mirror in the restaurant, someone would have noticed it. But there's nothing about a mirror in Mr. Kudo or Maggie Bird's testimonies.
But...
You didn't ask, Trite. You have only yourself to blame for such sloppy work.
What?
A mirror was delivered to Trespien the day before the incident.
Really?
As Mr. Armstrong testified, he was carrying out some design changes, and as it turned out, he didn't actually use the mirror in the end.
This just doesn't add up. Even if a mirror was delivered to Trespien, it doesn't prove that it was in the restaurant on the day of the crime.
Huh. If you want to doubt someone, Trite, look in the mirror.
Oh, please! Oh, come on!
I'm sure the person looking back at you will be dubious enough.
So the witness yesterday had seen the victim reflected in a mirror. Okay. Mirror was delivered day before murder. But doesn't prove it was in the restaurant for the murder. Okay. I'm taking notes on everything. I think that's why things are going okay. I'm like just writing down all the dialogue, basically. Okay, perhaps that's what the old man was looking at. Normally, I'd expect people to know the difference between a reflection and a real object.
Normally? How does normality come into this? That's lame, Trite, even for you.
Huh?
Are you trying to say that if something isn't normal, it isn't possible? Is that it?
Where does that... Oh.
Where does that leave the porky-headed lawyer and the top-notch chick over there? And the ungodly cool guy with the mask over here? Well, Trite.
Well, isn't somebody full of themselves?
Ack, not the hair. I do not have a top knot.
Mr. Godot is correct. You all are weirdos. A lack of normality is no basis for discounting an argument.
Bien, logic as one la day.
The cup, earpiece, and glasses would have seen everything in reverse. I think that there was something he said where it wasn't mirrored, though. Like, I think the glasses, he didn't say were mirrored, so this is going to be thrown out, I think. Everything? He would have seen everything in reverse?
Hey, Nick, we should take a second think about what old Seedy said in his testimony.
How did he phrase it again? Okay, the boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. Oh, okay. Earpiece and glasses. Same side. No question. You can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear without a doubt. And then he said left ear. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand. And then left hand for the cup.
If he saw everything he described reflected in a mirror, then everything he said he saw on the left was actually on the right, huh?
And that clears up all the problems with his testimony, I guess. Or does it?
Ha.
It's kind of hard to believe everything's the fault of a mirror, but...
You think old Seedy saw everything through a reflection?
If he did, it would explain all the contradictions in his testimony.
But that just makes the situation worse for Maggie. There's gotta be something in that old man's testimony. We've just gotta dig deeper.
Okay, so we're probably gonna respond to the last thing here. I'm sure there's something that's a discrepancy. So he's saying the earpiece and glasses are on the same side. The earpiece was on the left ear, and the hand that picked up the cup was the left hand. So if we look at him, the truth of the matter should be that he... Oh, wait, okay. I still think it's the glasses. So... the truth should be that he picked up the cup with his right hand. And he listened to the lottery in his right ear. But then the eyeglasses in this picture are on the left eye. So things are mixed around. It's not all on the same side. Okay, that's what it's gonna be. So do I just present a picture of him? We save. I can feel how Bishi turns into Bishid Disdain every time they have to read Godot's dialogue. I'm just like, oh god, I have to move the camera again. Okay, let's present Glenn. The coffee cup, the earpiece, and the HMD. Let's think back over Mr. Kudo's testimony for a second, shall we? The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. No question. You can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear without a doubt. So to summarize, we were told both the HMD and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Now, if Mr. Kudo saw all that as a reflection in a mirror, it means both the HMD and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side. Exactement. You see, monsieur, now that you think about it, it is not so hard, non? Unfortunately, that's where we run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. If Mr. Kudo really did see everything in a mirror, why is it that the HMD is now on the wrong side of his head? Order! Order! Mr. Wright is correct. And friend has to go to sleep. I just bonked with the sleepy stick. Gonna go to bed. Good luck solving the murder, Bishi. Good night, chat. Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight, friend. I appreciate it as always. Hope you have sweet dreams, and hope we see you again soon sometime. Good night. Night, night. If the witness genuinely observed the victim reflected in a mirror, then we would expect the victim's eyepiece to have been over his right eye.
How bitter. Trite. You should have a taste of this bitterness. It'll calm you down in no time.
Are we talking about your coffee or something completely different?
You don't understand the way the witness thinks.
How he thinks?
You remember this, I presume?
The I broke the vase sorry apology Mr. Kudo's sworn testimony?
Exactly. The old man has one very grievous habit, other than throwing seeds. The more of an impression something makes, the more muddled his mind makes it. And what's the most striking thing about Mr. Elg?
Clearly, it's the victim's eyepiece.
And that's my point. The old man strikes again. Mr. Elg's HMD made a big impression on the old man. I saw the earpiece and those newfangled spectacles he was wearing. Oh yes, they were both on his left ear. Do you hear? His left ear. Huh. Well, Trite.
Urk. That's the worst, but best impression of Kudo ever.
Wow, I really thought he was old Seedy for a minute there. Godot's good.
He just sounded exactly the same as usual. Enough! I must agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash and much of his testimony.
Bad luck, Nick. Looks like the boil of a contradiction you found is just a rash.
A mirror can't be beaten by a handful of seeds, nor can it lie. So, what exactly was the old man looking at? Fill us in, Mr. Armstrong. Go on, tell the court. We're all ears.
Oui, I can explain. Please, if you will look at la plans of la restaurant.
Something different. What could that be, I wonder?
Hello? Is everyone sitting comfortably? La mirror, it was in the middle of la restaurant, dividing the two halves.
Okay. So now we are talking more about the mirror. I'm just gonna sketch this real quick for myself. So the mirror was there, victim there. Okay.
There is only one seat from which you could have seen an image of la victim.
Okay. So he claims the witness was on the same side as the victim, but could see him because of a mirror. Okay. Interesting.
That was the seat at the table next to la victims. That was where la old man was sitting. After la terrible incident occurred, I'd moved la mirror so it was not in the way.
Okay, so he's saying after murder, Armstrong moved the mirror. Okay.
But naturally, I did not touch anything else.
Sure. I see no problems with the explanation we have just heard. On the table next to the victims, Mr. Kudo could have seen the victim in the mirror.
What a naughty little coquette I am, confusing all the men like this.
Don't worry about it. We can keep up, except for the guy breaking out in a cold sweat over there again.
Ugh, I hate that guy. You said you didn't touch anything else apart from the mirror. Are you quite sure about that?
Volunteer? Of course.
Okay, so maybe we can catch him in a lie about the vase that fell and broke. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Mirror. I'm kink-shaming Godot. Let's all kink-shame Godot. La mirror, it was in the middle of the restaurant, dividing the two halves. So, run this by me again. The mirror was here, correct? We? Really? Because I know if I were you, I wouldn't have put a mirror there. It would be in the way.
Look who's talking, Trite.
Huh?
You're obstructing my view, among other things.
But this is my seat in the courtroom.
Trespian's charm is that it gives you the impression that you're the only customer. Temporarily placing a mirror in that spot would hardly be in the way. Unlike you, Trite.
I tell you, monsieur, la mirror was there, in the middle of la restaurant.
But will Godot be affected by kink shaming? That is the question. You're right. Maybe his kink is to be kink shamed. Ruuuvo used kink shame. It's not very effective. There's only one seat from which you could have seen an image of the victim. And where would that be?
Oh la la, look how you lean towards me. I always attract the younger boys. Maybe I should keep you in suspense a little longer.
Please stop. Mr. Armstrong, tell the court what you know at once.
I attract the older ones too, you know. Handsome. Shall I tease you too?
Oh my god.
I'm already seeing a very hot someone, so I'm afraid you'll be waiting for a long time.
Is it the coffee? Is it the coffee? Is he seeing the coffee?
I bet she has mocha cream skin and cappuccino perfume. Bien, I will tell you, there was only one seat from which you could have seen.
That was the seat at the table next to the victims. That was where the old man was sitting. So why can you only see the victim from that particular seat?
Mais, monsieur, it is obvious, no? If you look at la plans, you will understand. La victim would have been reflected in la mirror like so. If you were sitting at the table next to him, you would see everything, no? So that's the seat old CD was sitting on that day, when the poisoning happened.
The old man was sitting at the table next to the victim? Why does that seem kind of odd? Why does it seem odd? I think it's odd because of this. I think that he was trying to read the sports paper. And you could say, oh, he saw it in the mirror. But with the way that he was talking, it was like he could read what the guy was reading, which would be like he's holding it like this. So if you're like in that spot he was talking about, you would only be able to see the back of this in the mirror. In order to see the front of it that I'm looking at, you would have to be next to me. So in reality, the old man was probably in the seat across from him the other way, where there was no partition. And this guy's just, you know, Armstrong's just BSing with the mirror stuff. So I'm gonna say maybe the sports paper is something I can present, but I'm gonna go through everything first in case something more obvious pops up, because I'm also not quite sure about it. So that would be to this one. That was where the old man was sitting. So I could try to dispute where he was sitting exactly. Okay. Confirmed. Godot really likes coffee. We found his kink. Yeah, his kink is coffee. He just really likes the smell of freshly roasted coffee beans. Use the brain cell. I'm trying. I am trying to use this brain cell. Okay, yeah, after the incident, I moved the mirror so it was not in the way. Did you move the mirror while Mr. Kudo was off calling the police?
Oui, exactement. I carried it out of the restaurant then.
You moved a huge mirror like that all by yourself?
What can I say? I know how to pick things up and some.
Heh.
Godot actually laughed at something.
Well, given the witness's physique, I suppose it is possible. Did you move anything else from the crime scene, Mr. Armstrong?
I look like the obliging type, no?
He just laughed. Naturally, I did not touch anything else. Are you sure about that?
I touched nothing except la mirror.
Mr. Wright, is there something the witness has said that doesn't match the crime scene? We could bring up the vase too. That was another thing I thought of earlier. Because the old man said it was broken, but then we can't trust his testimony, so I don't know. Yeah, there is. I just can't put my finger on what exactly.
Huh. Suffering from a case of heartburn, Trite?
Oh, I have just the thing for that. An oil with golden myrrh and frankincense.
Add a few drops to your coffee and voila. Enjoy.
Focus, Phoenix. Breathe. I need to ignore those two and just find some evidence.
It is pretty strange though, isn't it? I mean, nobody mentioned anything about a really large mirror. You would think someone would have, but Maggie didn't and neither did old Seedy.
Then the only logical explanation is that there was no mirror inside Threspian that day. Now I've just got to prove it somehow. Not gonna lie, Armstrong's got pretty eyes. He does. They're very sparkly.
He looks very sweet.
But he might be implicated in murder. Godot is literally just fucking around at this point and not really prosecuting. Yeah, he's just having fun. Insulting Phoenix at every chance he gets. Okay, so I thought of the sports paper. I feel like it's a little bit of a stretch though, so I don't know if that's it. I have this magazine clipping, job listings, the food. Field guard is all smashed up. That we have the loan contract. Oh, okay, so I do have testimony about the vase. So maybe I should go for that. So he didn't touch anything else. I can talk about the vase. Let me save first. That's gonna make more sense. Welcome back, Flame. Howdy. Let's... Oh, I think I got it. Your Honor, Mr. Kudo's words yesterday strongly contradict Mr. Armstrong's testimony. This is a letter of apology that was written by Mr. Kudo, is it not? I realize it looks useless, Your Honor, but this is still testimony.
Huh. I guess useless people are only really good at identifying useless things.
What relevance does this scrap of paper have to the trial, Mr. Wright? Mr. Kudo's testimony is actually very relevant to the question at hand, Your Honor, because it very clearly contradicts with this piece of evidence. Wait, what? What are we doing? It very clearly contradicts with this piece of evidence. Sorry, I was following along, but then kind of lost me with the last thing he said. I might need to go through it again. Oh, I can't load right now. Okay, what exactly did he say? So I presented this. Oh, man. Okay. Incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I also have a blueprint of this. Very clearly contradicts this piece of evidence. Should I present it again? I don't... Oh god, what did he just say? Oh, a photo of the crime scene, maybe? Let me present this. I think I know what... Is that what I'm supposed to do? This piece of evidence contradicts with the testimony we have heard, Your Honor. The crime photo? Okay, I think I got it. Yes. This photo clearly shows something that should theoretically not exist. What on earth do you mean by that, Mr. Wright?
Should not exist? Huh. Sounds like you're describing yourself, Tri.
Oh my god, stop. Stop. Now then, if the defense would please clarify its statement. What is the something that should not exist in this photo? The vase. Okay, I've got it, y'all. Should be this. I see Bishi's French accent is getting some use. Indeed, indeed. We found out about Godot's kink. Yeah, it's coffee. What up, gamer? Real gaming hours, we game. This is why I'm so glad future games have a text log, so you can read what people said if your memory is cheeks. Yeah. Like I've been doing pretty good this week and last week, but like I just missed what he had said because I was just kind of reading it. I wasn't really like taking it in, but I got it because I'm very on top of this case compared to some of the other ones. So I kind of just pieced it together, but I'm pretty sure we're talking about this. So there is one thing that was clearly demonstrated by yesterday's testimony. Mr. Kudo broke the vase that was on the table where he was sitting. And yet, as the court can see, there is an unbroken vase on the table next to the victim. Why? Because Mr. Kudo was not, in fact, sitting at the table next to the victim at all.
Don't be an idiot, Trite. That's impossible. That seat's the only one Kudo could have seen the victim's reflection from.
Exactly. There is only one conclusion we can draw from this contradiction. There was no mirror in Trespien that day. Your testimony, Mr. Armstrong, is an elaborate lie. Mon Dieu!
Don't try to confuse the court, Trite. Obviously, the witness cleaned up the vase, while the police were taking their time getting to the crime scene.
Unfortunately, Mr. Godot, that doesn't quite work for me. Mr. Armstrong already testified to the contrary. In his own words, I did not touch anything else except the mirror. I don't think I need to show the camera. Oh. Grrr! I don't think that was necessary. Oh, wait, do you have a Godot cam? I do. I was just tired of like having to move my mic back and forth. So like real quick last week, I think, I just made it on stream. So now I can just very quickly do that. I have a Godot cam. It's literally called Godot cam as well. It's just for him, but I can use it anytime I lean into the mic now, so it is useful. Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself? Sniffle! I was right. There was no mirror in the restaurant that day. In light of this revelation, we return back to the original problem. Why did the victim have an earpiece in an ear in which he couldn't hear? Maybe it was just for show? Ha. Oh, sorry.
You only get one shot in life. There's no turning back. If you want to claim that the mirror wasn't there, Trite, then this problem is all yours. How do you explain what the old man saw?
If I can answer this, then I'll be that much closer to the truth. I can feel it. Save again. Okay, so if no mirror, why earpiece in damaged ear? Alright.
Gee, Godot, your mom lets you have 2 cameras?
Wow, Godot, everyone else gets the regular cam and you get 2. Very balanced. Innovation comes from necessity. Indeed.
Are you going to be okay? Can you really solve this contradiction, Nick?
There's more than just this one contradiction, Maya.
What do you mean?
Remember what Maggie told us? There was another man at the victim's table, and there was a sample CD on the victim's table. It all flies in the face of Mr. Kudo's testimony. Okay, so let me write that down. So we have, oh god, 2 contradictions. Tigre and the CD missing, both of them. Okay, and I think I know the reason why nothing in this case is adding up. We have some liars in this courtroom. Well, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Yes, Your Honor. The reason behind all the contradictions in Mr. Kudo's testimony is simple. Mr. Kudo made a mistake. The ear doctor made a mistake. The victim was a phony. The victim was a phony. What? The ear doctor made a mistake. How does that help us? I don't think so. This is really interesting. I'm gonna save. I really don't know which one to say. So we have 2 contradictions, the existence of the tiger and that there was a CD on the table. Which of these relates to that? So Mr. Kudo made a mistake. How does that work with the tiger and the CD? I guess. The ear doctor made a mistake. I don't think I should say that one. I think it really has no relevancy here. Other than, oh, the eardrops were meant to go in the right ear. But like, it even said in like the medical files, I think, that his left ear was damaged. So that doesn't quite make sense. Or the victim was a phony. That's a really interesting idea. But how does that work? How would that fit? Because we know Tigre was a fake phoenix. But could the Glen Elg who was there be a fake Glen Elg? Maybe they staged his death? Something like that? But that's really taking it far. I feel like I want to say it just to see what happens, but I don't know for sure. It's going to be either this one or the first one. This case is riddled with contradictions. Yet, there was one very simple answer that clears them all up. And what is that? The incident Mr. Kudo witnessed and the incident the victim experienced were 2 completely different events. What? Even I'm not, like, following this right now. Okay. So, what Kudo witnessed and the real murder... Oh. Were 2 different things. What?
What?
Yes, the victim that Mr. Kudo saw wasn't Mr. Glenn Elg at all. It was an impostor, a phony pretending to be Mr. Elg. Obviously, unlike the victim, there was nothing wrong with the impostor's left eardrum. That's how he ended up wearing the earpiece in his left ear by mistake.
I'm flabbergasted.
God damn it.
Order! Order in the court! Settle down or I'll clear the courtroom!
Quiet, Gramps. Why don't you clear out of here, huh?
What did you say?
Trite. Are you saying that what Mr. Kudo saw was a setup?
Yes. Someone pretended to be Glenn Elg and acted out the whole coffee poisoning, all for the express purpose of creating a witness out of one Mr. Victor Kudo.
Get real, Trite. Why would anyone want to do that?
Isn't it obvious? The thing Mr. Kudo was most insistent about in his testimony was...
The serving girl brought him a Javachino, but she put something in it. That's the serving girl right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well.
It's so hard to believe, but... There was one and only one reason to show Mr. Kudo this fake poisoning. To show Maggie Bird in the act of poisoning the coffee. Okay, so... What Kudo saw was a setup to frame Maggie. And maybe some other things too. Welcome in, Cuddle! Oh, I ate some weenies earlier, by the way. Gumby inspired me. In spirit, you had Gumby's weenies. Nick is 2 steps ahead. Slow down, buddy. I know, I'm like, wait, what? Like, I am surprised. Huh. Nick is going. I can usually follow along with the way the case goes, but this got me scratching my head. I mean, it makes sense now that it's been brought up. I just did not guess this at all. How many phonies are in this case? Yeah, this case is all about imposters, I guess. Because that's also a fake bird. There was a fake Glenn, a fake bird, a fake phoenix? My god.
Are you insinuating the waitress in the old man's story was a fake as well? It's true that there were no other customers in the restaurant at the time, but... It's also true that the chef was there. He would have noticed what was happening.
That's right. Well, witness, if your restaurant really was the scene of such theatrics, you would have known about it, correct?
Oh la la! This is most difficult for me. No, it's quite simple. All you have to do is testify. You are under oath, after all. Was there, in fact, a phony at Trespian that day? The defense demands that Mr. Armstrong tell the whole truth about what happened.
The defense's request for additional testimony is accepted. You will accurately explain in detail the events in the restaurant that day.
Oui. In the restaurant. La victime, Monsieur Elg, came into my restaurant alone. I remember the old man arrived not long after. There were no other customers. When he got word he won like lottery mon, Elg became very excited.
Oh, look, the radio's in the right ear now. Interesting. Okay, so Glenn went in restaurant. Then Kudo. Glenn had earpiece in right ear first.
Alright. It's funny how even the pictures kind of give you clues sometimes, even if it's not stated or anything. It was approximately 5 minutes later that the poisoning incident occurred. Okay. He won the lottery. Then died 5 minutes later. Okay. No, there was no time for a phony to do la acting. So that's gonna be a lie.
Just so we're clear, there was no mirror in the restaurant after all.
Je vous demande pardon. Forgive me, Your Honor. I lied because I wanted this mess to be cleared up quickly.
What you have just done is commit perjury, Mr. Armstrong. I will decide how to punish you later.
Oui.
For now, we will hear your cross-examination. Mr. Wright, if you please. He took that perjury charge a bit too well. But I'm guessing he'll be in more serious trouble after this cross-examination. Yeah, he's like,
that is nothing to me. As long as I don't get life for murder.
The victim came to my restaurant alone. Was he alone at his table as well?
Oui. I saw him from the kitchen.
Yet the defendant, Miss Bird, remembers it differently. She swears there was another man at the victim's table. Huh. Unfortunately for you, Trite, yesterday's witness also testified that the victim was alone. You know, seeing you squirm like that reminds me of a certain coffee's bittersweet bite. What kind of coffee has he been drinking?
It's not coffee, it's love. It's love that's bittersweet.
Hearing Maya say that makes her seem wise all of a sudden. I remember the old man arrived not long after. By old man, you mean Victor Kudo, correct?
Oui, it comes often for my special coffee.
I drank your coffee once, Mr. Armstrong. It's special, I'll give you that. It's worth a sip just for the experience.
Oh, you make me so happy, monsieur. You are most welcome anytime.
I said it was worth one sip and nothing more. So, old Mr. Kudo arrived at the restaurant around the same time as the victim. Maybe I should ask about his arrival in more detail. How many minutes after? What time was it? What time was it? Out of curiosity, about what time was it when Mr. Kudo arrived?
Oh no, I cannot remember, monsieur.
I believe we were told by a witness yesterday. Crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kinda scary old man, sir. So, crime reported at 2:25. Lottery announced at 1:30. That's just a long time. And then it took 5 minutes for Kudo to call police. And 1:30 was about when he said that the murder happened. So... I don't think some of this is really adding up. Okay, I'll have to look at that more later. Does that perhaps jog your memory, witness?
The incident happened about 20 minutes after I arrived.
Okay. Murder happened 20 minutes, God, after arrival. We're really getting down to the nitty-gritty details, huh?
So the victim must have arrived between 2 and 2:10, no?
2 and 2:10? No, that's wrong because the lottery is announced at 1:30. So Armstrong says Glenn arrived 2 to 2:10. So the most important thing is going to be the lottery. Just after 2, huh?
Thank you for your help in jogging my memory, monsieur. You are wonderful.
I can't sit here all the time and do nothing now, can I? The time of day will be added to the witness's testimony. Yes, good, so I can prove it's a contradiction!
Oui, monsieur judge. Everything I do it for you.
Merci bien. That's French, isn't it? Ha ha ha. I'm glad at least one person is in a good mood.
He's even humming a song to himself.
God. I can't do math because I'm gay, but that ain't math. This math isn't mathing! I remember the old man arrived not long after him, just after 2.
Are you absolutely sure about the time?
When I think really hard, I am sure it was just after 2, oui. It is the time I stopped serving la lunch menu.
Quite right. I always break for lunch when the restaurants are serving their specials. I've been known to wind up a case early just to make it on time. Haha.
I guess he should never get between a hungry judge and his lunch.
Oh, would you look at that? It's almost lunchtime already.
Witness, get on with your testimony, please. There were no other customers. So your only customers were Mr. Kudo and the victim.
How many times do you need to ask the same thing, Trite? You would never catch me drinking the same blend twice.
Huh?
You're trying to establish the presence of a phony victim in the restaurant, but you're wasting your time. You can't grind birdseed to make coffee, if you catch my drift.
I don't. But there's a hole in this testimony somewhere, I'm sure of it. When he got the word he won the lottery, he became very excited. Did you see him?
No, I was in the kitchen, but I heard him. I remember him shouting, yes, $500,000.
Presumably, the defendant heard that too then, correct?
Maggie? She looked like a poor little frightened dove.
And what about Mr. Kudo?
La old man choked on some bird seeds that got stuck in his throat.
It seems we now have yet another incident on our hands.
Okay. It was approximately 5 minutes later that the poisoning occurred. And what were you doing at that point? Without any customers, you must have had time to kill.
I am a multi-talented woman, monsieur.
Sorry? What do you mean?
There is la renowned chef Jean Armstrong and la tragic poet Clarice Armstrong.
Clarice?
Oui, I was writing a poem, an angry tale of a chef in $500,000 of debt, cooking for a man who won $500,000 on la lottery. It is called Pourquoi? It means why. Perhaps I could recite it for la court?
Please don't. Oh. Okay. There was no time for a phony to do acting. Bishy, you have to try to make birdseed coffee now to prove him wrong. I will do no such thing. I don't think it would be very enjoyable. Unfortunately. I would love a coffee that has like a bird drawn in, like, you know, the latte art in the foam. Now that I will take. You mean you contacted the police as soon as the incident occurred?
I asked la old man to call from la payphone.
By your own argument, Trite. The purpose of this phony victim's performance was so the old man would see it. In other words, once the incident occurred, this opportunity would completely disappear.
Indeed.
Bien, it seems la shadow of doubt has been lifted, n'est-ce pas?
I guess Mr. Armstrong is connected to this case, huh? Absolutely. Someone was impersonating Mr. Elg, and I refuse to believe he was oblivious. He was there the whole time, after all.
But if you're right, wouldn't Maggie have noticed too?
She fell unconscious when the incident occurred, remember?
Ah, you mean that's when the phony staged his act?
We'll know for sure once I find a hole in this testimony. Okay. I think it's gonna be this. So let me try to show the lottery. So I'm pretty sure that's what it's gonna be. I'm afraid I've finally got you, Mr. Armstrong.
Quoi? What do you mean?
At the time in question, the victim was listening to the radio with his earpiece. The show he was listening to was Millionaire Radio. Each week, they announced the winning numbers of the $500,000 lottery ticket.
Oui, that must be la show mon Elg was listening to.
I can't see any problem with this testimony, Mr. Wright.
I wonder. You say the victim arrived at your restaurant after 2 p.m., correct?
Oui, oui, I am sure of it. I remember it perfectly now. I know it was that time because I had just finished serving la lunch menu.
Get to the point, Trite, if you have one.
I do, thank you.
That show is broadcast live at 1:30 p.m. and it claims to be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life. Oh yeah, it says that too. So starts at 1:30. 10 minutes long lottery. So he would have heard the news at 1:40. And then he would have died at 1:45. Okay. It's on the air at 1:30? Now, supposedly, the victim made some noise when it was announced that he had won. And yet, I don't believe his cry of joy could have occurred after 2 p.m. Because the show had already finished more than 30 minutes earlier by that point in time. No! This victim we've been told about has done nothing but the impossible. Listening to the radio with a ruptured eardrum, catching a show that was already over. There is only one conclusion you can draw from these facts. This victim was an imposter acting out the poisoning 30 minutes after the real murder. Oh. So the real murder happened. And then 30 minutes later, the old man walks in. And then they stage it. Wow. Okay, so the real murder happened. Then 30 minutes later, the staged one. Okay, we are getting somewhere. Look at this man go! Huh. Yes, there were 2 Glen Elgs in Trespian that day. The real Glen Elg, now dead, having been poisoned by the real killer, and the phony Glen Elg acting out the events for Mr. Kudo to witness. It certainly seems that way. I mean, if that wasn't the case, how could you explain the time discrepancy?
Quite a performance, Trite. You were almost on a roll. But sadly, you lack the rock-hard foundation of rhythm to build your song.
What is this? Music Theory 101?
Let's recap. According to your imaginative theory, it's now just after 2 p.m. The phony Elg is performing a play for the benefit of Mr. Kudo. How do you explain, then, where the real Glen Elg is?
I don't believe I have to spell this out for the court. However, at that time, the real Glen Elg was already dead. That's certainly the obvious conclusion.
Thank you, Trite. That's exactly what I was hoping you would say.
What?
Now, I presume you can prove this theory of yours. Can you explain where the missing corpse went to?
Oh. I gotta explain where the body is? The missing corpse?
According to the old man's testimony, there was only one other customer there.
One other customer, so that would be Glenn. Hold on, I'm writing some stuff down. Okay. So, Kudo, one other customer. Okay.
If that customer was the phony Glen Elg, then where did the killer hide the body of the real victim?
I don't know, in the kitchen, in the back, somewhere, anywhere. Okay. So now I have to figure out where did they hide the body? Jesus. Okay. The prosecution has a valid point, Mr. Wright. If your theory is to stand up to examination by the court, you must provide us with proof by answering the prosecution's question. Where did the killer hide the body? Yes, Your Honor.
No conjecture, Trite. Let's hear some facts for once. Show the court a piece of evidence that proves where the body was hidden.
Oh my god. Evidence?
What's with the intense pressure in here all of a sudden?
I thought I had him with that contradiction. But he's turned it all around and backed me into a corner instead. Well, Mr. Wright, the court will now hear the defense's theory and evidence. First, where was the body of the real Mr. Elg concealed?
Oh, outside or inside Trespian? I'm gonna have to think about this for a little bit. All right. Oh boy. Probably inside? Well, no, because they probably combed it, so I would say outside. Oh, you know, I think it's gonna be that they took it to Tenderlender because they had a bunch of stuff from the scene at Tenderlender. I mean, they had the CD. I think they might even had one more thing I have to check, but I think they probably took it to Tenderlender. So I would say outside Trespian because they combed it when they were looking for evidence. So let's see, 81% with Phoenix Wright, 45% love with Godot. Go drink your mocha then binge. 11% with Phoenix, 76% with Ryuichi Naruhodo. 84% love with Godot's 17th cup of coffee. 75% love with Godot. Imagine having more chemistry with a cup of coffee than with Nick. 59% love with Godot. 73% love with Godot's coffee cup. 18% love with Godot's spit take. Got something you want to say to the class, Flame?
Spitting is funny.
Okay, I'm gonna say outside. Clearly, there's no place to hide a body inside Trespian. Therefore, the killer must have hauled the body outside. I see.
Nice supposition. But the real question is, can you back it up?
Can you back it up? Is it fast enough?
Where's the evidence that proves the body was taken out of the restaurant?
I think I have that for you, Godot. Would it be the CD? Let me go over everything real quick. This was left behind the rack at the restaurant, but it's not outside. Time of death between 1:30 and 2:30. So no, wait a second. Oh no, I'm wrong. He wasn't taken outside. He was, oh my god, no. Okay, this is what happened. The real murder occurs. They hide the body. The old man comes into the restaurant. They have a fake Glenn sitting at the table. They stage his death. Old man is made to go leave to call the police. He's gone for 5 minutes. In the 5 minutes, they take the actor, move him, and then put the real dead body back at the table. So when the police come, they identify the dead body as Glenn. How else are they gonna have the freaking dead body not be fucking... Okay, so I'm wrong here. I'm gonna load the save, but it won't let me, so give me... I'm just gonna say something random, okay? Just give me a second. I've just realized my mistake. Okay. Alright. I freaking got it, okay? Alright. Okay, evidence, blah, 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 blah. Okay. The body was inside Trespian. It would have to have been too dangerous to take the body outside. Obviously, the body must have been hidden somewhere inside Trespian. Interesting. But where could a body have been hidden inside a restaurant? Perhaps you would care to show the court on these plans, Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
The exact location where the body was concealed inside Trespian was... I mean, it was just... I don't know, the walk-in maybe? Yeah, I mean, it could have been in the kitchen. Could have been in the kitchen somewhere. I don't know whether to say the kitchen, which is the shot in the dark, because I don't know. Or if I just say here, like, they put his body at the table. The body was hidden here. I see.
Nice supposition. But the real question is, can you back it up?
Okay, yeah, where's the evidence that proves the body was hidden there? It's in the photo. No, it's not. Oh, too bad.
I don't think you'll ever grasp the real heart of rock and roll.
What are you talking about? He means that your evidence is irrelevant, Mr. Wright. Okay.
Come on, Nick. You've got to think it through. Feel the beat, and then hit him with some heavy metal.
Heavy metal. Can you calm down and get my facts straight? What should I do now? Well, I guess maybe I was on the right track. Maybe they did take him outside of the restaurant. They took him to Tenderlender. And then my evidence could have been the CD, because it was found at Tenderlender. And then I could say they brought him back to the restaurant. But can you really book it from Tenderlender to the restaurant in 5 minutes? Could really carry a body? I mean, I guess if they're strong. It would make more sense if the body was like hidden somewhere in the kitchen or something. Okay, let me look at everything again. I feel like I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm not totally lost or anything. I'm just like, how do these pieces fit together? Because maybe I was right about everything but the evidence I used. But I don't know. Lend them your brain cell, guys. Yeah, please. Like, I think I know, but I don't... Oh, wait. He was in the kitchen. He was in the kitchen because his ear medicine was found in the kitchen. So they hid him in there. Okay. Let's pick another location. There's nothing wrong with my logic so far, I'm sure of it. I'll have another go at proving where the body was hidden. Okay. Exact location where the body was concealed was inside the kitchen. The body was hidden here. I see. Yeah, nice supposition. Can you back it up? Okay, show the ear medicine. I got it! Oh! Mr. Armstrong, do you recognize this bottle? Oh, sorry. I'm gonna turn off the camera. No, 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 no. I have never seen that ugly bottle before in my life. I only use la very best bottles, monsieur. The highest quality only for me. Where was that bottle found, Mr. Wright? Interestingly enough, Your Honor, it was found in the kitchen of Tribulations. Eh? Quoi? But I only ever use these bottles for my aromatherapy oils. But this bottle doesn't contain aromatherapy oil, Mr. Armstrong. No, it contains a medication. What kind of medication? I'm sure everyone remembers, don't they? That Mr. Elg visited an otolaryngological clinic and was given a medication that day.
You can't be serious.
Yeah, imagine getting proven wrong by ear medicine. The defense had the contents of the bottle analyzed, and I have the lab results here. The contents of the bottle matched the prescription that was given to Mr. Elg. Glenn Elg's murderer hid the body in the restaurant kitchen, at which time this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket. Mr. Armstrong, when the incident occurred, didn't you say you were in the kitchen? Mon Dieu! Yes, you know what I'm about to say. It was you who hid the victim's body. You did a fine job pretending to defend my client, Maggie Bird. However, you were setting her up to take the fall behind the poor girl's back. No!
I mean, it wasn't just him. I know that the Tigre and Viola were in on it. Okay, so we're gonna say Armstrong hid the body. Order! Order! This is extraordinary development. Witness, did you murder Mr. Glenn Elk?
Never! I could not do such a horrible thing.
No! Oh, Godot saying no. No! Sorry, I thought that was the French guy. Mr. Godot? The bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down a mug of coffee. That's one of my rules. Do you have the slightest idea how many cups you've had by now? Then, I like to do the same to the person who lied to me. I like to take them down with my empty cup. Listen up, chef. How about a brand new flavor in your ear, my H-deficient friend?
Je vous demande pardon. Please, you must hear me out. It is a trap. Listen to me. Por favor.
Por favor? That's Spanish. Yo hablo español, Mr. Armstrong, and por favor is Spanish. I'm only going to ask you once. Did you do it?
No, absolutely none.
Let's hear it. You've got one shot, right, Gramps? Witness, the court will permit you the chance to make one final statement. If you lie under oath again, Miss Godot's coffee mug awaits you. As does my gavel.
Oui, it is clear.
What do they always say in the movies? I've got a bad feeling about this. Judge is cultured? I mean, just because he knows please in Spanish? Very well. Begin your final testimony, Mr. Armstrong. Now you're thinking like an ace attorney. I certainly am. Duh, he was in the frickin' walk-in, but bam! He was chugging while screaming no. That's impressive.
It is true. I hid the body in the kitchen.
Hid body in kitchen.
A man forced me to do it. I had no choice.
Okay, forced by Tigre, I'm sure.
I had to go along with him because there was a reason why I could not refuse. But I did not kill him. I swear it. You must believe me.
You were forced? By who?
I cannot say, or I will be erased.
Let's try a different question then. When Mr. Elk died, was he really the only person at his table?
There was... There was another man.
I knew it.
Maggie was telling the truth.
You may cross-examine the witness now, Mr. Wright. There's just one more thing I need to do. I gotta break this guy and get him to tell us the name of the real killer. All right.
The confession.
Well, that just happened. That's what they say in the movies, right? To be fair, he said, yo hablo español. Yeah, so maybe he does speak fluent Spanish, who knows?
It is true. I hid the body in the kitchen.
Oh wait, this is the same. Okay, so now we press. I'm getting a lot of notes now. I'm like already like 5 pages further. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pages front and back, and then another page. So we're at 9 pages now. Oh god. Okay. Anyways, there we go. Did you carry the body by yourself?
Oui, I carried him, and I carried Maggie too.
Oh my god, Maggie too?
When she saw the victim collapse, she fainted.
Oh, didn't she say she woke up in the kitchen? Oh yeah.
I could not leave her there.
But why did you hide the bodies? Man forced me to do it. I had no choice. Okay, so... Armstrong moved Glenn and Bird. What man? Who was he?
No, no, I cannot say. I fear for my life.
He's really scared.
You'll just have to put the words in his mouth, Nick.
Yeah, you're right. If you won't tell me, I'll tell him. But why would you go along with this man? I had to. There was a reason why I couldn't refuse. And what reason would that be, Mr. Armstrong?
You know, monsieur.
Yes?
Surely you cannot expect a young maiden to talk about such an embarrassment.
A maiden? You're a bit old to get away with that.
And a bit too male.
I can't finish the cross-examination without establishing his reason, so I'll just have to prove it with evidence. Okay, so I'm probably going to have to react to this with evidence. There was a reason why I couldn't refuse. Okay. I didn't kill him, I swear it, you have to believe me. They don't call him Armstrong for nothing! Very strong arms. So, you are claiming that all you did was hide the bodies, is that correct?
Oui, that's right.
We are to believe you, Mr. Armstrong. You must tell the court everything. You must make clear the identity of the man who ordered you to do this.
He's already confessed this much. He might as well stop dancing around the real issue.
Yeah, but he really doesn't want to tell us who the killer is.
Then suck it to him, Nick!
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Okay, so now we are free to do this. There was a reason why I could not... Yeah, let's do a save here, actually. Okay, a reason I couldn't refuse why I had to go along with him. It's probably the loan. Yeah, the owner of the loan is Tender Lender, so this is gonna be it. Yeah. You have a $500,000 debt, don't you? $500,000? Is this true, Mr. Armstrong?
Oui, je suis désolé. I was weak and I borrowed la money.
This is Mr. Armstrong's Achilles heel. And that's why you couldn't refuse anything asked of you by this man. Mm-hmm. A $500,000 loan from a black market loan shark. And you had no way of paying it back, did you? That's why you were forced to do anything this man told you.
Oui, it is as you say.
Mr. Armstrong.
La Tigre, it told me it was going to use my restaurant for a business rendezvous. On the day in question, I was meeting la victim to demand that repay his loan. I don't know why it happened like that. I just did what they told me to do. I had no choice. I carried la body and la inconscient Maggie out of the dining area and into the kitchen. After that, I just tried to forget what I had seen.
I think we can now safely say that the man who forced your hand was Mr. Furio Tigre. I do have one further question for you, Mr. Armstrong. The poison and the lottery ticket that were found in the defendant's apron pocket. Was that your doing as well?
No, I knew nothing about that. Making it look like it was Maggie who had done it. I was not. It is despicable.
Mr. Godot, you will summon this Furio Tigre as a witness. I doubt that can be arranged today, so we will adjourn for now. Proceedings will continue tomorrow. "30 minutes. What? The trial will go on. I'll see to it myself. I need half an hour to get that guy on the stand. Not a minute more. How the... Don't sit back and relax yet, Trite. No one knows if that chef is really telling the truth or not. This trial could still go either way. Very well. The request is granted, Mr. Godot. Of course it is. We'll resume once Mr. Tigre is ready to take the stand. Until then, court is adjourned for a 30-minute recess. To be continued.
Let me think about this. Let me think.
It's a pretty good stopping point.
Yeah. I think we'll just call it there, y'all. We will continue this next time at twitch.tv/BishiDove. Yeah. Let's do that, y'all. Let's go ahead and switch over. We'll just call it there. We will call it there. We are at a pivotal moment. Let me make some more notes to myself for next time. So, the person who forced Armstrong was the Tigre. See me writing. And Armstrong claims he didn't place the evidence. I'm really on a roll right now, but we are almost at the usual end of stream time, and it's a great stopping point, so I think I'd rather just pick this up next time. Evidence, okay. And hopefully these notes are enough to get me back on track next time. But yeah, I would keep going, but it's a great stopping point, so we'll just do that, and then we'll just pick right back up with that next week. With, possibly interrogating the Tigre and maybe finishing the case? I don't know. Maybe there's more to it than I think. We shall see. Sounds good. See you next week. Regardless, it was a great stream. Thank you so much, Bishi. Yeah, of course. No worries, y'all. But yeah, I will be back tomorrow for the final stream of the week. I'm gonna be playing more Arcade Spirits, and we'll be making some more progress in that game. And once we're done with Arcade Spirits, I will try to play Stray, which I'm very excited for as well. So we just gotta get through some of these games. I also want to finish Arceus before the new Pokemon game comes out. So those are gonna be the next 3 games that we're gonna see on the channel here, unless something new comes out and I absolutely have to play it. But we shall see. We shall see. But yeah, either way, that's gonna be it for me tonight, y'all. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Let me find somebody to raid real quick before I say goodnight. Forever! And I hope I see y'all next time. Bye!